All right, guys, let's take a look what's going on here. So, okay. So let's see where the POC is for the sell-off here. Right at 4,000. So this is a patient short. This is where we want to really short. From there, so a couple of levels here, right? And I'm pretty sure some of these would extend nicely to the left too. It's a 419 too. Okay, so if they decide to push it here, that'd be interesting here. Where's the session? Got the previous day value area high here. Oh, so we got two POCs.
I don't hear any sound. Is there sound for y'all?
Shorty's not talking right now.
Just trying to look at the structure, see what's going on. So it seems like after the balance, right? We kept the same pretty much value area low here. We dipped a little bit below this one, and then we haven't retested this one here. So if we do come back to 39.26 area, which is the VPOC from the previous day here, there's a high chance that we're gonna probably reject here in this area here.
Jelly, your mic's on. If you can turn it off, please.
Probably somewhere around here, we'd be looking to short. Probably somewhere around here, we'd be looking to short. Probably somewhere around here, we'd be looking to short. I can hear myself 5 times now, guys. Come on. All right. And then the really nice entry would be at 4,000. This would be a pretty golden opportunity for shorting here. This is what we were watching. If in case they push up, is there any Fed speakers, any calendars tomorrow? Any updates, macros?
Always speaking on Wednesday.
Yeah, I know Wednesday, the FMOC, but there's nothing tomorrow. I don't think there is.
Nope.
So I would not be surprised if they run this up tomorrow. But let's see. I mean, previous day, How did I get previous day value area high here?
Yeah, I was gonna ask you about that one, man. I was like,
Yeah, I was like, whoa,
what did he say?
like, that does not make sense.
Yeah, I was wondering that as well.
I have a screaming baby in the house today. So maybe a retest comes here. We can bounce here. If not, then you know what we have, right? So most likely you would have a short opportunity here. If it breaks, this is your short, and then first, and then second. So your short entry would be here. And then if we see them holding this, hold on, let's see. If we see a nice candle, nice volume confirmation, this is long. First exit here, and then second one here. So let's see how we play out tomorrow, or maybe even tonight, who knows. So we'll watch this, and then the prior day of POC should probably mark this one here. Let me just check weeklies real quick. This is our prior week value area high. And then the low is right here. So this is kind of what I was expecting. You guys see that? It just literally doubled that structure right here. Everybody has this? Does everybody have this? Make sure you have this on your charts.
Did you get this from the fixed value profile?
No,
Volume?
this was PVP. So if you go under your indicators, click on technicals, click on volume profile. There's something called periodic volume profile. And what I did here is I go under settings and I change it to weekly. So basically it gives you 1 week at a time profile, and I'm able to quickly see that this is my value area high, the highlighted area, right? So if you guys need it to extend, you can do this. Right, so here's your value area high and low. So this is our prior week, and this is the week from September 4th to whatever this is, 11th. And you see here, right here, we have, you know, this week here lines up perfectly with what? Anyone following so far the story? What does this line up with?
Sell off POC.
It lines up with the sell-off POC. So this is the volume node that we're looking. If they're able to reclaim this, right? If they're able to reclaim this POC here or this structure 3981, high chance you're going to rip to 4,000. So if we get a momentum, we break over 3980, you can get 20 points fairly easy. On SPX, that's good money. And you can see here, if you reclaim this 3904, probably a high chance you're going to reclaim some. This is our previous week low, value area low. We reclaim it, come back for a retest, we could take this. And there's a high chance that we could go from 3,900 to 4,000 tomorrow or before Wednesday. And then this would be a pretty good opportunity to short. And then if you look at 4 hours, right, just we're going to hide it. If you take this, you know, if they're able to somehow manage this to up here, this would be a really good level here to short. and we would be in the range of the previous week value area high. I mean, it would be a really, really nice combo to short here, like right here. So 15 points in the zone, that's not bad. But there's a lot at this level. Anything that I drop, look at this. This level also here pointing to 39.37, the sell-off value area low. And then if you extend this guy all the way to the current, look at this. So that'd be interesting to see if they can get past this, right? And then if you want to see where the sellers were on this whole thing here. So majority of them are 39.54. So there's a stab there as well that you can take, but I did take it all the way to this candle. So this is the initial imbalance, and then there's a little bit of consolidation, and then I added it here. So you can watch this level that we have, 39.51. It's very close to it. And then also this is your good entry. So it depends where we open up tomorrow. We'll know what to do. Delete. Any questions on ES? This is fairly simple. And then if we need the levels below.
I got a question. You said depends on where we open up tomorrow. We'll know where to go. If you end up above, I mean, are you speaking of like a gap up, gap down versus
ES
flat?
futures
And then
are open now, so there's no gap downs on ES futures, right? We're open
right.
now. This is live. So what I mean by that, if tomorrow, let's say, when we wake up, because we're not going to stay up all night watching it, if we open above 39.04, then we're waiting for the retest to go long over this. Then the scenario is, let's say they do this tonight. They do this and they go here. Well, this is our entry for long. And we would go all the way to this level, maybe 20 points. Okay.
Gotcha.
If we open below it, let's say we open here somewhere, well, we would wait for this for short entry. And then also it depends, right? Let's say if we open below the prior day POC, then this is your short entry here. Because remember, if you're below the prior day POC, what does it mean?
80%.
No.
It's bearish.
You just have a bearish sentiment. Right? You're
Got
a little
it.
bit more bearish. If we are open like we are right now above the POC prior day, then you have a little bit of bullish sentiment, right? And we had a nice double bottom. We had a nice neckline here, and they're kind of respecting that neckline right now. So it just depends where we are tomorrow, right? If they gap it up, let's say above 39.30s, then we wait for this level here to be our support and we buy long off of there. If they lose that level, that means that, supply was too heavy and they brought it below, we shorted on the retest. If it dips below, like if we open here somewhere and dip it below, then we wait here and we short it and then we take it down. So you're not buying the breakouts, you're buying the retests. And if you don't get a retest, what do you guys do?
Nothing.
Pass on it. You just let it go. There's another one coming. Okay, so that's ES, fairly simple. And then if you need more levels than below, how would you guys go about finding them? So you have a level right here. You guys have this one, 38.28. Everybody should have this one.
Run up POC 38, 28, 75.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got that. Duh.
Yeah.
Sorry for the basic questions, but what does it mean by a run up? I've seen that many times, and I haven't yet read that in Trader Dale's book.
Did you read my PowerPoint?
I did. Maybe I missed this part.
No, that's okay. So run up POC is what we do in a POC. For instance, here, let me remove this. So you notice here we have a trend up, right? So if I was to grab this, we had a low here, then we were making a little bit higher, highs here compared to previous. And right here is the break of structure, meaning character change. So this little peak here is where the stocks took turn, right? It basically reversed we took our previous high.
Okay.
So what it means, now we're going in an uptrend, right? So if you think about it, I'll go on the little macro structure here just so it's, so here you're making a higher high, higher lows. Here you're consolidating, you're making lower highs. You're still making, for instance, here higher lows, but then you broke this low here. You see that you broke this low here. We dipped a
Mhm.
little bit below it, but then we made another higher high. Higher low, higher high, higher low, higher low, higher high, higher low. And then you're getting kind of stagnant again. So here was your sign that we're potentially going to go down because you broke the previous low and you have a lower high. Lower high plus lower low is what?
Downtrend.
That's a downtrend. Yep. It's a
Bearish.
bearish trend. And since we had a higher high, I'm trying to find volume profile to grab it from the bottom, from the run up, from the bottom to the top. Why do you think I do this?
Because it's a magnet. It's going to come back
No.
there as
But
support.
what does this tell me right now? If I grab it from the bottom, nobody answer. To here, what does it mean? We are going in an
Where's the
uptrend.
buyers?
Yeah, let her answer. If we are grabbing it from the bottom to the top, that means the buyers were, they changed the character here. They made a
Right.
higher high. So that means we're looking at an uptrend. This whole thing here was a mini uptrend, right? From here to here, the buyers were in control because we're making higher highs. We broke this supply here. So what I'm trying to do here is find on this bull run that you had or retracement that you had, I want to know where the concentrations of volume were. So the only way to do that is to grab what I call run up. You can call it whatever you want. This is my run up volume, and it's telling me the majority of the volume of this run up was right here.
I see.
So it's telling me 3770 will be a fairly important level for it. So, and that started in June 17th all the way to, what is this? August 16th. Okay.
Okay.
Does that make sense, Rumi?
It does. It does.
Okay, good. Let me bring that back. How do we get this one? I'm sorry, dumpster earlier. Run up POC 3828.
How do you get that?
Yeah, how, come on, I got a different level now.
Oh,
Did I grab this?
okay.
Oh, okay, I see it. Oh my God. Look what one candle does.
Yeah, no kidding.
Holy crap. How much volume that was added in just this one candle here. That's crazy, guys. I don't know if you noticed what I did. So earlier I grabbed this one instead of this one, and it changed the POC drastically. You want to
this is
always
what-
grab the closest one to the run up. So here, that's the POC.
This is what Finn and I were talking about earlier in the week because we couldn't get it precisely exactly.
Yep, and then we know the value area low of this run up is here regardless. Okay. And then the last one that I would like to do here, just to make sure I don't get any surprises, is this. I'm just gonna look at prior month.
Sorry, sir, are you using 70% or 68%?
Say it again.
The PVP, I saw you're using 70%.
It should be 68. Yeah, I think
Okay,
one of
thank
them I changed here. No, I didn't. Thought I did. Yeah, I usually use 68% for a reason. Everybody should know why by now. It should change a little bit on some of them, but not much. But most of these that I used prior, that I marked weeklies, they should have been also 68, but we'll check them. Thank you for noticing that. Yeah, 68 should be one standard deviation there. So. Make sure this is monthly. And look at this August POC where it lines up. Guys, we want it to come to 41.38. If by any chance possible, that's easy money for us. This is gold right here. If they can bring it up to here, we want it.
You think 0.75 will do it.
I don't think they're gonna do 0.75.
I don't think so either, but
If they by some chance do, 0.75, that could do it. Yeah, that very well could do it.
Are you thinking they're going to do higher?
Yeah, I've been for 100%, 100 BPS for about 3 months now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they need to do it. They need to get it out of the system because other countries are going to start doing that, and they're going to protect their currencies. And if US doesn't do it, I mean, you guys saw something about South Korea basically requesting all the banks to show their FX positions every hour, I believe. So there's a lot of currency wars right now going on, and you can see tomorrow around 10 a.m., 10:30, they're going to execute a lot of FX swaps, and I'm pretty certain one of them is going to be Japanese tomorrow. I'm just going to delete these arrows.
What is an FX swap?
Currency swaps, where one buys one debt from another.
Why would a
They
country
do.
want to do that?
I'm sorry?
Why would a country want to do that?
First one is for liquidity. The other one is to make sure that they're protecting each other currencies and leveraging off the debt that we have. And it keeps the currency strong, keeps the liquidity there. It depends how it's executed, of course. Okay, so let's see. There was nice volume here from this zone.
Shorty, what's that indicator, that periodic?
There's nice volume here from this zone.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yep. It's the periodic volume profile, right?
Oh, thank you, buddy.
Mhm. Okay, so I think we're pretty set on this. I think we're going to run higher, and we were watching this 3904 reclaim go higher. Then you have 30 points, and then if they reclaim that one, they go to 3951. But we'll know tomorrow, right? Once we have the daily session intact, we'll be able to see a lot. Because right now we are above the value area high here, so most likely we're going to run here. And you guys see this zone here. This is going to be an important one too. Wow, look at this POC here. 3930, pretty big level. 2x POC at 3930.
That's also the September POC.
Yeah, yeah, I remember that. I believe I remember that. Yeah, that's interesting. It'd be pretty good if they can break that. There's a lot of clusters here. We should be about 61% or something, somewhere around there now. So yeah, it lines up. The 61.8 is going to be rough level here. With the September POC, with the double X POC, VPOC right in the area. This is going to be a deadly zone. It depends which side we go over, except the currency swap. We can cover it one day, talk about it. It'll be confusing, but we can try our best to explain it. Okay, let's look at NQ real quick. Wow, identical picture. Imbalance. So I usually start with previous day value sessions. If you want to keep some kind of steps, find the value areas, prior day prior that.
Did you change your color scheme again?
Man, the profile somehow changed. That maybe I'm on the wrong one. Yeah, maybe I'm here. Yeah. I use 3 different ones, so I know which one I'm charting where. Today we're on white. And you guys get fresh charts. See. What do you guys notice about today's POC? No, it's early. So we go straight
Hey,
from a
Chip.
deep POC. We're going into a smaller case B profile. I think there's a short covering rally coming here.
What does that mean?
Really?
Short covering. Everyone says it. What does it mean?
I'll let you Google it, Ryan, for a moment while I go through the watch list, and then you tell me what you think.
Okay.
Going back to that B shape, I thought the B shape was the small B shape was bearish.
That's correct. And the current one is building what?
Current one. P shape. Right?
Yeah, a P shape and a downtrend is
Oh.
what?
It's reversing. It's like the reversal.
Yep, but there's no value areas. There's no buildup in the value areas. They did not consolidate. They jumped out of the value area here immediately. That's usually a sign of short covering coming.
Gotcha.
Yeah, there's a high chance they're going to pump this into the FMOC. So short covering means, Ryan, that there was short positions, and now they're going to try to kind of get them to start buying their positions back, meaning closing them. So remember, if I was short here, if I was short, let's say I was short here, and I was expecting a drop to, I don't know, let's call it 11.6. Well, if these are the stop losses here, let's say I was short here, and now you're kind of coming up to my stop loss, and you're expecting to take profit all the way on the bottom. Institutional players and the big players, what do you think they're going to do here? They're short here. They did not close the position. They're expecting a bigger dump. What do you think they do here now once we break their stop loss?
Close their positions.
Yeah. And what does that mean?
Buying.
They're buying.
Yeah, buying.
So a short cover rally, you're covering your short position by buying.
So what difference is a short covering rally versus like just a healthy drop and they just lose their money?
Usually healthy charts have a little bit of consolidation and reversals. Short covering rallies, you see something like this. Whoop, you come, and then they literally want to get the shorts out, and you see a little bit of V-neck, and then you pay attention, I'm sorry, V-shape, and then you see here a P-shape literally right above value area high of the previous B-shape volume profile, which is rare, like that you get that. So here, shorts are a little worried now. Whoever was short, they're a little bit stressed out. So that's what it means. Basically, they're adding fuel to the fire right now.
So is it okay for one to assume like that P shape that is being created in this overnight session to kind of hold through that? Or is there a great chance that, or a 50-50 chance that that shape could change throughout the day?
Well, it's 100% sure that it's going to change.
Okay.
Yeah, because if you pay attention to the bottom, see the volume here? This is your session now. And look when we open up tomorrow. See the volume? So this
Gotcha.
here is just a bunch of dumpster fires trading right now. And they're trying to figure out what the hell's going on. Is that right, dumpster?
Yep.
Yeah, there you go. See? This is interesting. I mean, it has an identical setup to ES.
Hey, Shorty, quick question. You do the majority of your charting on the 30-minute time frame, right?
For session volume profile, yes.
Okay. And for the periodic session, what do you use exactly? You go on the weekly?
If I use weekly and monthlies, I use 4 hours. Oh, I'm sorry, if I use monthlies on monthlies I use 4 hours, and weeklies we use I believe 1 hour, and then for day we use 30 minutes. And no
Okay.
point in using day here.
Whoever's asking, I pinned a message in main chat with the timeframes to use.
Oh, thank you. Let me check that out again. Thanks, man.
Yeah, no problem.
Here, I'll repost it real quick. Okay, so let's see. I mean, here, this is an interesting level here. If you guys think about it. Come on, don't. Just from the structure, right? This was the structure low. Not the cleanest structure here because they have this little rip. Let's see how it's 65 minutes. This is our SSL here. So does anyone get any ideas why would this, besides POC, why is this another short opportunity here? Like, why is this a pretty good opportunity here to short?
Value low.
Well, let's just extend this line here and look what happens.
It was a rejection level.
What do you guys notice about this level here?
You got a lot of consolidation, and you get a lot of points that it turns.
Yeah,
Or
it becomes a
resistance.
pivotal
A lot of
point.
touch points.
This is your SR flip, right? So if you
Yeah.
think about it, a lot of times whenever this level, and you see how, whenever I say a level, don't be afraid to do this. Like, it's okay. I promise you, you'll be okay if you do this. This becomes your, kind of right now. This was our support. We broke below it, and they trapped a lot of longs here. And that's why I say, if you're going long, let it go away from the zone, right? Let them really go away, and then you want to go long at it. Right now, this support flipped into what?
Resistance.
Now it's resistance, right? And if they're able to come up to here somehow, I don't know what they are going to announce tomorrow. If they're able to flip through this, that's good. Let them flip through it, and then we're going to short it right here. And it's going to be a much easier, stress-free trade than any trade that we would take. So we'll watch this and see kind of how it plays out. You can see even this little run up here. This is the POC 1180, and we have a PD value at height. So this might be a little good zone for a bounce, like this right here.
Retest.
I'm sorry.
Bounce, retest, and then long.
Oh, yeah, just first touch here on 5 minutes. It might be good.
Yeah.
As long as we see that it's not breaking through it.
Okay.
NASDAQ. That's why.
That level is gonna be good. Yeah, I don't think
On your
they'll
chart, is that like putting up there? Is that a shared indicator?
I'm sorry?
Is that a shared indicator like in Trading
Which
View
one?
you got? Because I know you
Which
said like, does everybody have that?
Well, I was just making sure everybody has their levels marked. Everybody has this, right? This is, I believe everybody has this. I don't think.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
everybody's got
basically
that.
just
Yeah. Mhm. And this is at a borderline right now to dump. So if they dump here, there's a nice drop here. I mean, 50 points. So then Q if you guys are going to short it. Man, there's some epochs here. Does everybody understand what a VPOC is?
Yes.
Yep.
If you don't, that's okay. Just speak up.
What's a bear put spread?
Let me focus on the watch list. You're going off topic. Let me finish the watch list, and you can talk about strategies. VPOC. There's a lot to the upside, man. There's no speakers tomorrow.
They're in blackout.
Are they really? Or
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm trying to find the calendar, the blackout thing.
They have blackouts?
Yep.
Oh, that's pretty cool. That should work for the feds. And all of these are pretty much your supplies above now.
Shorty, do your rules change at all when you're looking at? So you let's say you have a swing high, you draw your fixed volume profile, stock dips back down, dips below potential swing high volume node, and comes back up and retouches. Are you expecting a short opportunity, or are you saying, well, this is where the buyers were, so potentially it's going to go up? Or I'm just wondering if the rules change for you at all.
So you're talking about something like this. Let me just make sure I can
So
visualize it.
the QQQs right now, I have a swing high drawn from back in July, and we are just about to come back and touch a swing high volume cluster. And so I'm just curious, is it a short opportunity, or is it wait and
Tell
see
me
what
where
happens?
did you draw it from? Just guide me through it. Where did you draw it
Okay.
from?
I picked up from July 14th. Looked like it hit a low there. Drew it up to August 16th at the top.
Yep.
Yeah. So and then I'm seeing volume clusters are in the 291 to 290 range, and
I
we're just
wouldn't use this for selling, right? I mean, if we're able to reclaim this POC, that would be good, right? Because that would show strength. That they're reclaiming a major POC where they had a lot of volume previously, right? What I would do is I would do the opposite. I would go from here to here, and I would look where the sellers were heavy. And sellers, majority of them accumulated a position right here. So it's a lowercase b profile. So I would look short here. This would be my short position. I'm looking where the sellers are now.
Okay, so I just wanted to make sure that there is a distinction. Do not try and short something, even though there's a volume cluster. You know, if it's a swing high, do not short that volume cluster. Wait, find one.
Yeah, I would confirm it with the sell-off side to make sure
Great.
that there was really buyers. And then, always grab the fresh one. So if you look at this one, this is a pretty good one. And look what it's telling you. I just grabbed this guy from here to here. And look, this becomes your shorting zone right here.
Oh, perfect. Thank you.
So that lines up perfectly there. And I'm pretty sure they won't break this. Well, if they break this value area low here, that'd be interesting. Then we can pick up 4 points on it pretty much. It's guaranteed it's going to go there. Let me go back to SPY real quick. So this is pretty interesting here. If they're able to break this, then they have a gap here. They had a failed auction here, so there's a high chance we're going to come back to it. There's a lot of gaps on the downside.
Just to make sure, on the session volume profile, the row size is 100, and the
68.
gosh, yes, I can't remember what that's called. I can't remember what that's value called. Area. And then on the PVP and the FVP, the volume area is the same at 68, but the row size 24.
No, I do 100 on all of them. I change
on all of them. Gotcha.
And that just basically gives you these candles, right? You can, if you change it to 200, it just gives you a little bit more of these candles here. See this? Nothing changes, it gives you the shelves.
Got it.
If I change this to 25, it's going to be a little bit bigger, right? And you see this.
That's why mine looks all jacked up. Okay.
Yeah. So it doesn't really change much, just visibility. I want to see a little
cleaner.
bit more shelves in between rather than just squares.
So what are the two different colors representing?
Which one?
Like the yellow and the blue, or on this one you have the green and the black?
Here is the selling pressure and the buying pressure.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yep. So if you go here, you can go change that, right? So here, up volume, blue.
Oh, they mean, okay. I didn't understand what that meant quite, but okay, perfect.
Yeah. So that means buying and selling pressure, and that can be misleading. So that's why I don't really talk about it much. But yeah,
Got it.
it's hard to tell
Do you
who's
mind-
buying, who's selling when there can be multiple order types matching. So we don't assume much.
Got it.
Somebody else had a question.
Shorty, for that sell-off POC, where are you grabbing that? Is that from middle of August?
That was September 12th.
Okay, thank you.
You can also grab it from the last candle here to here. And it doesn't really change much. Seems like a lot of volume was still here. So this would be the area, and I'll probably do a box around this. That's and this is our, let me just go. Our current month POC developing is 392. The value area low is right here, 390. And previous is right here. I would not be shocked if you come here very soon. look what's right here, guys. Look at your previous week POC where it's at. You guys see that? So it tells me the whole last week we accumulated most of the short volume here. So if they want to push it to 393, this is gold. You just wait. You save your monies and you wait up to here, and then you enter a short position. And I'll probably enter a little bit further out, probably 10,
Order
21.
filled.
I would play monthlies, but I'll play a little bit heavier on this leg here.
Big red candles on futures right now. It just hit the previous day's value area high.
Oof. Oh man. Dumpster, did I say it looks like we might dump?
Stop filled.
Yeah, there goes the dump. Yeah. So this is why Rumi,
Stop
I said,
filled.
depends where we open, because this was really misleading here. The shorts probably got tired of them here. They're not making anything. They're not getting out of value area. They're not breaking this, so they needed to move. And they're going to regret not moving above 3,900 tonight. Was anyone short? Because if this dumped, that means then Q broke the trend line. And it went where?
Previous day's value area high.
Right there. So that was like I said, that was a good 50 points drop on NQ that was building up. If you get 50 points in NQ, does anyone know how much money that is? Mike, don't answer.
I mean, I do.
$50.
No, for like one contract.
Yeah, for one.
50 points is $1,000.
Yeah.
It's like 12.
Yeah.
Is it the same tick or whatever? 12.5.
Yeah, it
No,
should
not
be
with
like
Nasdaq.
Oh, it's not.
It's not.
Nasdaq, it's 100 points is $2,000.
Yep. So that would have been a grand right there if somebody shorted it when we talked on this trend line. And I mean, this looks like it's gone up.
But their contracts are a lot more expensive too, right?
But right now you'd pay a lot for it. After hours with no margin.
Oh,
I think they're around 25K. I don't know what
Yeah.
they are.
wow.
I don't know how much they are after hours. I've never traded NQ like after hours. But look at that bounce right now. So look, you zoom in a little bit on 1 minute. And what I tell you guys, the next step for us is going to be to look at these orders and see if there's imbalance being created. So now you're watching these levels and you need to see a little bit more buyers here. I mean, obviously it's dead right now. But there's a little bit of bearish volume. I mean, good sell-off, tiny build here, but not important based on this candle here in the volume. Some big boy offloaded just now.
Your volume's
mean, they're-
descending too.
Yeah, but this don't look at it so quickly because you know we're on 1 minute. Look at 15 minutes.
Okay.
It's accelerating, right? So 1 minute might not mean much. But this is a nasty candle here. If we break this value area high, I hate him for it because I know where we're headed. Where do you guys think we go?
The previous day POC.
First, 80% chance you go here. So probably 90. Here, we're going to go dump right now, guys. Man, I should have shorted this. Yeah, we're about to fucking cluster here.
Order filled.
Pretty bad. Oop. Good night. There it goes. See you here in about an hour. That was easy. So SPY, let's just make sure we got the levels. So the POC is here. And I wish it could be automatic where you, when you're close to POC, that it just changes the color for you. Dumpster, can you put some requirements in?
Changes the color for you. What do you mean on the POC?
Yeah, when I'm above it, like to figure out automatically, hey, he's marking POC, go purple.
Oh, yeah.
But God forbid they do something cool. Yeah, oh my God, this is just, oof. We're gonna open right here tomorrow. Well, I think we should find some levels below. So we have the June POC. What is this? 378. It was a good level.
What knowledge were you? What were you using to be so certain that we were going to open at that one particular level tomorrow?
We just dumped on futures, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay.
We just dumped 3882.
Oh.
So if we dump there 3882, and if you just convert
The market will follow tomorrow. Okay.
Yep,
Okay.
fully here. It's just gonna navigate to it, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
It's just this gap here. If they break above it, I'll go bullish on this. I'll drive it up here, and then I'm gonna quickly become a short position here. But we got most of the levels. Of course, just know the 380 level here is gonna exist. I'll be aware of that. We just need to check in between these levels. Anyone have anything on SPY? I don't usually chart SPY. At 380.
Couple VPOCs below.
I see the VPOC here.
Got 713 and 714.
Yeah, 377.59. You have that one?
Yeah, that one and then the one in the gap above it. Those were the only two that I had.
I have that one. And I'm pretty sure this one's gonna hit soon. I have
Yeah,
that
look at
one.
the day before, right there.
Yeah. Wow, that one's weird.
Yeah, it shot the gap, but whatever.
Yeah, I just don't like that one much. Interested to see where's the volume here. It's right here. 384. Then they better hold this level here, this value area low. I think this is too thick here.
Sorry for going back to the previous the weekly the periodic volume profile. You're only marking the POCs for that, right? Not the value area highs and lows.
No, I do. I'm
Oh,
marking
you
all.
do.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you look at it, I don't usually chart SPY. So here's our previous week value area low. Previous where was it? Not marked previous week. It's probably high up there somewhere then. It's right here.
Got it.
Yeah. Yeah, for SPY, yeah, I just don't care too much about SPY. So if you look at this, this is our weekly. This would be our prior week high, value area high. And usually that's this way. PW. And if you look at this now, you have a little cluster right here. You see it?
Holy dumpy shorty.
Is it dumping?
Yeah.
Oh, if I told you guys this is gonna happen quick. This is coming. Damn it, hold on. Let me.
3,800s are gonna look good tomorrow.
Oh yeah, man. We're gonna be in the money, guys. I told you we're gonna be most likely selling them for 22 to 26 tomorrow.
Why are we dumping?
Are you high, Ryan?
No, it's not this question. What do you mean?
What do you mean are we dumping? We just dropped.
No. Why? Why?
Hold on, let me ask. Yes.
I thought. Well, the reason I asked is like, is it like news? Is it like,
Nah,
or
it's
just
just technical drop, guys. This
just
is
levels?
expected.
Okay.
Just
That
a
was the
technical
question.
drop. No, I'm being.
No, it
I
wasn't.
give
I
you-
wasn't asking. Are we dropping?
Yeah. Tony, last time you said something like that about those calls or puts, it didn't work out for you. I bought time, guys. I bought time on Google. I'm not looking at Google. I bought time. I bought 6 months on Google. I will be okay on Google. I promise.
Are you still an Apple put?
Yeah, of course I'm an Apple puts. I'm not worried about Google. I have Apple. I still have SPY 390 puts for 1021. Is anyone in Amazon still? I'm still in Amazon puts.
Yep.
Yeah, I still hold that one.
I'm gonna call you Ryan. I like it better. Change your name, dude. Sequence, change his name in Discord at least. So we have a
Too
couple
American.
Rayan. But yeah, this was just a technical drop. We just talked about a few moments ago that at least I mentioned that it looks like it wants to drop based on that 65-minute candle that we had, that it was building here. What do you guys notice here? Something about the 65-minute from here to here. What do you guys notice? Price action wise, what do you guys notice? Anyone? Actually, I know who I'm gonna pick on.
Indecision candle.
Hold on. Let me find Friday 963. I think this is a good question for you.
So we touched that prior week value or high. We reject off that high. We bounce back to the prior day value or high, and then I mean, is that what you're talking about? We keep bouncing back and forth between the value areas.
That's correct, but you want to pay attention. Do you know why we use 65 minutes? As everybody understands why we use 65 minutes.
Yeah, you said what on futures you need that's the time division for 23 hours a day or something.
It's a time division for open session New York from 9:30 to 4. It splits the candles evenly. You get perfect amount of candles, right? You get 6 candles. And here, what I'm talking about, so you made a higher high, right? I mean, if you think about 65 minutes, we broke the structure here. We made a higher high, but it's a trap. Do you guys see when we broke the high? When did we break this high right here? If you take a look at it, just pay attention to the little details. So if you drag this line here, did this candle break it during New York session?
Nope. After.
And what did I tell you guys what usually happens? When they can't get a level and they need to short people, they need to get them out. And I was expecting a tap at 3,900, honestly. And I knew it was coming. They're going to come and tap it. And all these shorts that were short here based on, somebody said it, based on this, based on this. I mean, this is nasty here. I mean, these are 65-minute candles. Look at this. Look at that. Like, it's pretty nasty. So they're all short. All of these guys entered short here. And what did they do right after hours when the contracts are? Because remember, on Friday, you couldn't buy some of the contracts because they were being rolled over, right? So when you think about it, the best way for them was, as soon as we close, was literally get these guys out of here. And look what they did. They at 4:30 or 4:45 when it closed, they pumped it over it. And now we know that was a low volume, right? I mean, there was some buying here, but I still think that was a short covering here. And now they tapped the level, and there was a big boy supply here. Now look, 1, 2 candles. They tried to bounce it. They said, nope, we're gonna dump. Now you're most likely going all the way back down. So even if you grab this, man, this is looking nasty right now. We just broke the run up POC like it's never there.
So I rolled over that 3,800. So
I mean, remember, there's 25 points difference, right? It was on Friday. So this means SPX would be below 3850 or something. Somebody can figure it out. Take a Friday's close of ES1, SPX close, find the gap, find the difference now, and see like potentially where's SPX. I think Pardog has it. We'll be below 3850, and if we open close 3830 20s, high chance we're gonna pull. So what will happen? We're gonna get a bounce in the morning. All the weak hands are gonna close the 3,800 puts, and I'll close the 3,800 puts at 30. And I'll just buy it from you guys at 6. Did you swing dumpster side buy it from like a 4 from you or?
I'll sell mine at 2:30 in the morning. I already have a sell-in for mine. I just did a spread.
Oh, you did a spread?
Yeah, it'll
Nice.
probably fill overnight, assuming it doesn't bounce.
Yeah. All right. So that's ES buy. Check Amazon. Yeah, this is just a disaster of a chart. So nothing really changes here. Like I told you guys, we're gonna go to 120, and I told you those contracts are gonna go between 6 and 7. They pretty much did that. Now we have if you go to 65 minutes, what does this look like? 21.
Bear flag.
A beautiful bear flag.
Rising wedge, perhaps?
A falling wedge?
Rising.
Oh yeah, rising wedge, but it's definitely some sort of bear flag, right? So if you look here, here's this guy. So my last sell is gonna be here. I'm gonna get out of my puts here. Yeah, so we're gonna dump here. Yeah, I have a handful of those 3800s on my bigger account. I have 15 on my bigger account. I have 3 on small account.
So you don't think that tomorrow into FOMC that they're going to run up the market?
I think we're gonna get a dump overnight, and then tomorrow we're gonna bounce. I think dump, fade, go up. Well, let's see. I don't care to predict too much, like, because then it can have bias against me.
Right.
Yeah. See, if they push it all the way to 127, this would be free money on Amazon. So Amazon, I mean, if you guys watch the flag tomorrow, this is once we lose 120. I'm telling you, this level right here, once they lose this 120, this is pretty easy money for.
Yeah, I have marked lose 120.8, go to 116 fast.
Yeah, I mean, it has this level here, like 117, a little cluster here, but this won't matter. It's gonna go all the way to this level here. As the area where I would expect it. And for a lot of you guys that, scalping for one profit is great. And, Irv trades on one scalp because he does it fast. But a lot of you guys that are fairly new, you have to think about that, right? So if the contract is $400 and you're getting $100 back, what's your risk to reward?
4 to 1.
Is it?
Or you have to set your stop loss, right?
Well, you have to set your stop loss, but if you're putting $400 in to make $100, your reward is
25%.
25%.
1 to 4.
Yeah,
But
you're
you
risking 4 to make 1.
but you're never really risking 4
Well,
if your
you're not
stop
risking
loss is set at
400 if
3.
you have a stop loss. So
Right.
in order to be even, where does your stop loss have to be?
300.
3.
No, Bean.
50 cent down. Or to
25
break
cents
even, it's
down.
got to, yeah.
It needs to be 375. If the contract's 400, your stop loss is 375, meaning in percentages, 25% down off of 400, right? Does everybody follow or not? It's a risky game if you're not sure what you're doing. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys. You guys can really fuck yourself, excuse my language, but you can lose quickly if you're not confident and know what you're looking for. Does everybody follow?
Yes.
Say it one more time, please.
If I buy contract at 4, okay, and I look for $1 profits, okay, so what is your stop loss for the best risk reward?
You just said 375.
If it's $400 investment to make
12.5%
so that's
drop.
25%, right? I need to only have 12.5% to be 2 to 1.
Oh, okay.
Does that make sense to everybody?
Yeah.
And if I want to have a 3 to 1, this is 2 to 1. Desired is 3 to 1. Well, think about this. Now it gets a little tricky. You can't even, there's no drawdown on your account. You have to think about this when you're trading a little bit. Where's your profit? Where's your risk? So that way you can make the right choices. I know a guy that, Mr. Bean, and me and him, I looked at his data and he was sometimes a little too tight on his positions, and we tried to kind of correct it. Next one, to fix his Macari and his positioning, he puts in a lot to make a lot. But why not put a little less to make a lot? And that's where your runners, your kind of discipline of risk management and proper sizing of your account plays in a role, because the goal is to invest how much you're willing to lose. And if you're willing to lose $400 to, let's say, a lot of retailers, especially you guys, who suffered and didn't have discipline, if you're willing to lose $400, but you're willing to take profit $100, then something's wrong with you. And hopefully I don't offend you, but something's not right in your brain. Why would you be willing to lose $400 totally with no risk, but to make only $100? Like, to me, I'm sorry, but that mathematically, I would think you're retarded. Does everybody understand that? Like, I hope you guys understand it, because that does not make sense. That's why risk management is super important in trading. Does everybody understand this, guys? You really need to understand. If you don't, I'll repeat it again, but you really need to manage your risk.
Please repeat it again.
Correct. Okay. So if you're putting $1,000 in a trade, okay, and you want to make 20% on $1,000, how much should you risk off that $1,000?
200.
It should be 10%, so $100 if you're looking for 20% to get 2 to 1.
That's correct. That's your 2 to 1 risk. You're willing to risk $100 to make $200. But that discipline of you risking $100 has to be automatic. Once it breaks that 100, you don't turn to hope and God. In trading, that, I'm sorry to tell you, I know there's a lot of believers. I believe in religion, but they're not in the charts. They don't follow that much. So you have to stick to your discipline. When you say it's 2 to 1, this is the trade I'm taking. This is my plan. This is my entry. This is my risk. You have to stop it there, because otherwise you're going to lose your account. So on a $1,000 trade, if you want to make 200 on it, that would be 20%. That means your risk is 10%, so $100.
That makes sense.
Okay. So you guys have to be, hopefully you guys understand this. We can go on more in depth on risk management side of it, but it's more important than being a profit manager. I can tell you that much.
Yeah, it'd be nice if you can go in depth a little more into the risk management.
Yep, we can definitely schedule a session for maybe this week sometimes, or Friday, Saturday morning, and go from there.
That'd be great, Shorty.
All right. What other tickers? We want to look at Tesla. Oof. This is the best chart for shorting. Does anyone know what we call this? Right here. Somebody.
Rising wedge.
To supply.
That's what?
Rising wedge.
Supply.
There's a specific term
Sending wedge.
we talked about.
That's compression, ain't it?
There you go. There you go. That's a compression. So you took an elevator down, and then you get this bunch of crap on the way up. I mean, this is proper going up, but look what you're getting to. Look where you came. Remember what this is? This is your imbalance. This is where imbalance created. So we grabbed the imbalance candle. And then one right above that's here. And remember, we talked about Tesla. Does anyone recall the levels? I'll tell you. I don't know what the levels are based on this here.
Level.
330 to short.
Okay, so there was a 330 level to short, and I'll mark them here from my head so you guys know. There was a 310 level here, and we said this is a good short entry. 303.50 was a long entry. And let's just check real quick. Let me see, did I delete them all? Oh, there it goes. 303.77. Does that look familiar?
It's a life-changing short here.
Yeah, this is short the crap out of it level. So obviously we're not able to break out of this. Looks like we're gonna dump tomorrow. So previous day high. Let me just go here. Give you guys this. We'll go in 30 minutes. So they popped out of this range real quick. There's going to be retail buying here tomorrow. And you guys see right here, you see the little cluster now that's created in this range. So if you look, once we get into this previous day value area high, there's a high chance you're going to go from 300 to 296 is 80%. If you take these percentages and you do some math, I would say that POC, once you get into this value area high and you have 3 kind of 5-minute candles inside of it, there's probably about 90% chance you're going to 297. So this is a really good setup for tomorrow right here. And it matches with this POC. I mean, there's a lot going on for it. And then if you look at this, kind of like what we did here, that POC is also around that area, 299.16. So then if I extend this, dude, a little bit to the right, go to the top. There it goes. It's right around here. So I would watch this where we bounced, came back, bounced right here. So 299.11 is an easier short than 300, but that's where they can pin it tomorrow, right? Where they can go tuk 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 and then dump. And still, you can get $2 on Tesla. It's pretty good. Can pay well.
Hey, Shorty, when you have a POC and a value area high combined on the same line, does it act as a strong resistance?
Yeah.
So do you expect the stock, especially on Tesla, do you expect it to bounce right there, or
This would be, are you talking about this level here?
what above it?
This one here? Yeah, this would be a nice level that it can bounce from. Yeah, because think about psychologically what happens, right? So usually what would happen is the retail's here and they're like, man, we're going to buy a bunch of calls here at 300, right? Even number. Well, if they don't use volume profile and they don't understand where the buyers are, how do you get these guys out? Wouldn't this make sense? You just dip it below and then you go from there to here.
That level, the 299.08, is a fixed or the PVP?
No, that's fixed. That's a trend
Oh,
up.
got it.
Yep, so that's from this guy right here. This is a run up POC here.
Shorty, twice now you've mentioned some psychology that I wouldn't have even thought about. I'm just curious if this has been written down anywhere, something I can reference. Like, okay, you're talking about retailers buying at 300 and just buying calls at that level. I wouldn't have necessarily thought of that. And then earlier you mentioned getting shorts out. There was on the I don't know if it's NQ or what it was, but basically you showed the dip, and they were like, hey, you started buying or seeing a market that was rising in the after hours, and then they needed to get those guys out, and that seemed to be like psychology stuff that I'm not thinking about that stuff. I don't know that I'm exactly what I'm asking for, but I just interesting the things that you're referencing, the things that I just am not thinking about.
Friday, the way it happens, and I'll be honest with you, this did not come to me till I started thinking, and you have to think from their perspective, and they as market makers. When you ask yourself, how do I, and I hate to say this, fuck more people and take their money? When you ask yourself that, then you're going to be able to answer the questions of, okay, this is how. I know, retail traders care about like even numbers.
Okay.
And they will give them a bait, they will give them an inverse head and shoulders, they will give them all the patterns, cup and handles, everything that you see majority of the Twitter talking about.
Mhm.
And once they give you that, then they're like, okay, well, now we got them, we got the liquidity here. So if they know the liquidity is at this number, and right below it is, their stop losses, what do you think they're going to do?
Oh, sure. Just spike or get a wick down there and maybe send it up or whatever they're going to do. But
Exactly. And they're just going to do, okay, you got the calls. Okay, well, thank you. We're just going to rip right below it. Most people have a stop loss. If you're buying at 300, I don't think you want to hold Tesla for $1 loss. If you haven't seen their contracts move, you hold for $1 loss on Tesla, good luck. You're not going to get that contract back up. So that's why I say that when you think about it, right? I'm always thinking, what could they do to screw me over?
Mhm.
So if I see any weakness at this level, let's say at the 300, which I will see weakness here, they're probably going to come back and go here, and from here I'd look for calls, and then if you just hide everything here, I'm just going to hide this guy here too, and you just look at a naked chart, right? You just look here, and you see that there's a little structure here, right? This was the support, and then all I have to look for is kind of find the resistance here, right? So here's the resistance before. I'm just going to mark this level with the flat line. You see this resistance right here. So now, for people that just play simple support and resistance, was this level of any importance on our volume profile, 340?
I don't believe it was.
No, I don't think it was. So what do you think a lot of them are going to do? They're going to say, hey, the old support
Right.
is going to bounce again. Well, I don't know if it will. When you think about this, from the smart money concepts, right? If you had imbalance created here, that's where it happened. And this demand, now, if you look to the left, this demand here that they had never took out any of the supply right here. It's still struggling to make any higher high and change the character. So this tells me right here, if you're not able to close above this level here, right, which is 305.61, and if you look at the candles, I mean, I'm on 30 minutes, but not many of them looked like a bullish close besides this one here. Right. So if you look at this, that's the only candle that closed, and they quickly brought it back down. So that tells me
Sure.
this little demand here is not very strong. And I can confirm that by just checking. If I check this, they were just protecting the gap. They were protecting the low volume node. And that's all it is to it. They're most likely headed right here at 286.
Okay.
So maybe some puts, maybe for 1021 Tesla, like 280s will pay really nice.
Shorty, who's a
Hey,
better trader? You or Trading Wars?
I'm sorry?
Who's the better trader? You or Trading Wars?
Who's a better trader?
Yeah.
I think he's much better. I don't know who's
Shorty, for the fixed volume profile on TradingView, is that what it's called? Because the one I'm seeing, it doesn't really have any.
Yeah, it's called fixed range volume profile.
Fixed range volume profile.
Yep, you can find it under indicators. Are you watching my screen?
Yeah, and when I pull it up, nothing. It doesn't even come into that little column on the left.
Okay. What do you have to do in order to activate a fixed range volume profile? Rumi, you
Draw
have
it.
to select 2 points.
Okay,
Once
so
you
I don't
click
even.
on it- Once you click on it, I have to select 2 points, and then I'll draw it.
I see. Okay.
It's fixed. You're telling it from where?
I didn't see it in my column, so I didn't on that left, so I figured it
You
wasn't even
can't see
popping up.
it. You can't see it because it needs to have coordinates. Everything here would have coordinates, right? Once you
Got it.
select fixed range volume profile, so for instance, I have it saved as, see now, when I click on this, there's
It
coordinates.
pops up.
So if you don't have the coordinates, it doesn't know which bar to take it from. So it's starting bar at 80. So it counts somehow to get to the 80, whatever their math is, to 161. And now they grabbed the volume profile and they drew it up.
And what were the dates that you grabbed it?
Well, this one was kind of like just a show, but this one here I grabbed. Make sure this one right here is September 6th. And this one goes to September 15th.
I see. Okay, perfect.
Okay. So Tesla looks pretty good tomorrow. This trend line here, this run up POC, once we lose this guy, man, there's a really strong chance we go to the 82, 87. That would be the target. That would be Tesla here. Let me just put Tesla here for a second. What do you guys notice about daily on Tesla here? Anyone? Friday, what do you notice? Candles.
Head and shoulders.
I don't care about patterns. Tell me about the candles here.
There's an inverse hammer.
There's an inverse hammer.
Right.
You have an auction that's complete, so it's going down?
Potentially, but I don't know that yet. But look here. This is the high. This candle never came close to the liquidity of this candle right here. When you have a wick like this, when you have a wick and a body here, that means all of the liquidity was here, so they're able to sell it down, guys. Whenever you have wicks like this, that means that selling pressure, not only selling pressure, but a lot of power was there in selling. There's a lot of liquidity to sell. So look where we rejected. I mean, we came very close to it and we were not able to get it. So we have a lower high and a lower low. It's just that most people don't look at it candle to candle, right? If you have a lower high and a lower low, what are we in?
Downtrend.
Downtrend.
Yeah, this is confirming a reversal here off of this. So here, think about this one. Prior to this candle, you had a higher high compared to this, and you made a higher high and a higher low, correct? Between these two candles?
Yeah.
Well, now you have a lower high and a lower low. And you closed, right? I mean, here. So sometimes just look at the daily candles. They will tell you a little bit of a story. And there's a pattern for this right here. If this body was here, let's say, I think there's a way to.
Is that an evening star? Morning, evening star?
Yeah. And if this body was up here, what pattern would this be then?
Morning star.
Catching rockets. If I push
Sorry.
this body here and there's a gap here between these, what would that be called? He knows.
An abandoned baby.
There you go. Abandoned baby. Yeah. Abandoned baby is a really dangerous pattern. The more candles you have in your patterns, it's much better than a single candle. Just remember that.
Once you see, excuse me, once you see single candles, you know there's about to be something's about to happen, right?
Well, they can fake you out a lot of times too, right? I usually like patterns that have more than one candle.
Yeah.
I take note of this one, like it's a hammer, like a hangman here, but I know that you have a lower high, we have a lower low, we dipped inside below the POC. So tomorrow, if we're able to do something like this, and get the bulls excited, and then give me this. This is what I want. This is my ideal place for it.
You caught me, Shorty. I already knew you were describing an abandoned baby. I was in the restroom with my wireless headphones listening.
Yeah, don't tell me all that. That's good.
I couldn't answer you.
No, good. I'm glad you didn't. Glad you did not mute yourself there.
Oh, my mic
Okay,
is stationary. I don't have a mic that I can take with me.
Okay. Let's look at AMD. So I got some shares at AMD, not much, but my average is 78 on the last ad. So I would prefer to add a little bit cheaper if I can. So if you guys look up
I sold some 50 puts.
for what strike, what date?
I think it's out in December.
Ooh.
If I can pick up Apple, Amazon, or AMD
Oh,
at
you're
50, I'll be
you're willing
fine.
to. Oh yeah. If you can pick it up and you collect the premium, dude, why not? I think that'd be good if you get a sign of 15. This will be probably a nice bounce here. Yeah. I want to sell puts on that on Google too. I was gonna sell actually like 1021, sell them at 85 and 90s. I don't mind picking up Google at 85 and 90s. But this is, yeah, for AMD, depends what your plan is. I'm adding this to my Roth here. These would be the crucial levels for it. And I'll probably draw a little box here. This is probably just one buyer here. So they're gonna wipe this guy out. And I think we can fly to 58. I would buy a load here. I would put a lot of money into this once we arrive at 50s. And we're gonna get there. So, what else do you guys have tickers wise? Any good setups that you guys seen that you want to look at?
Check out Adobe.
Adobe. Oof, man.
Are you going to post these charts? Because I'm not as fast as you when it comes to charting.
Oh yeah, I usually post at least the critical that I call and Q and ES, and then I can post any that you guys want.
Tesla, if you don't mind.
Yep, I'll add Tesla.
You can
Thank
always
you. You can
rewatch
always-
the live stream.
Yeah, rewatch
Oh,
the
yeah,
recording.
that's true. That's true.
But I can post them. I know some of you guys use it. Yeah, I'll be looking at what is this Adobe below 300. I mean, this is calling for.
Can you check Microsoft?
Yeah, 275 is not bad, and they just bought somebody, right? They bought like a competitor of their own.
Yeah, Figma for 20 billion.
Wow, all cash or
They have
stock?
Adobe XD.
Is it all cash?
I have no idea. I do know that it's their biggest acquisition to date. Their second highest was like 5 billion.
God, somebody was not kidding about the selling, guys.
I looked into it. I read an article. Yeah, it was 4 times their biggest acquisition, and like I guess investors weren't happy or something like that.
Look at that candle on that daily, or the
It-
volume on that daily candle.
It wasn't a good acquisition, like at all. They're
You don't think
like
so?
the acquisition's only generating like $400 million in income. Whenever Adobe it generates like 10 billion a year. Yeah, I kind of
it
looked
was a
into
direct
it.
competitor of Adobe XD. I think the 200 million is like ARR too. So it's like
Yeah, but that payback period would be very long if I was to do it quickly in my head.
yeah.
Man, this was a golden opportunity for short here. Yeah, this was pretty good here for short. Well, see how we open. I'd like to take it. I mean, if I can maybe take it below the 50% of this range. I can grab it here somewhere below 296. I'd short the hell out of it. Buy a few weeks out, 276. They'll sell this off. Where's this stock? Oh god, it's still above 100. Oh my god, Wayfair is at $40. Holy shit. Wow. Okay, well, here's a good example of take your profits on a stock. I hate to tell these guys that bought it at 300 where it's going. Has $7 more to drop. Retail's getting destroyed. Have you guys ever done this on Microsoft? Do you guys see the percentage here?
That's crazy.
Let me show you some. Does everybody see the percentage?
Yeah.
Watch this now.
38,000.
Would you buy Google or Microsoft?
Microsoft.
I buy Google. You guys buy Microsoft. This one is up 6,000%. The other one is up 38,000%. I'd buy Google over Microsoft. Yeah, this looks really good for upcoming years for your kids or whoever doesn't have kids. This looks good.
At this price here?
Yeah, I like it at 88, 85. So if you guys look here, COVID was 45, I believe. Yeah, 50s. So once we dip between here, I think it's going to go to. So we have 71, and I think they're going to come here at 90s. They're going to defend the hell out of it here. I think they're going to move this, not this POC, but overall POC is going to shift to this level.
Yeah, you have a nice accumulation phase there.
Yeah, this is a good high volume node. So, and the reason why I bought calls, does anyone see it?
Value area high.
Yeah, I mean, every time it came back to this value area high, what happened?
Bounce.
And if I can get a bounce to the top of the range, if you guys remember where the range was,
20 points.
Yeah, and which calls did we grab?
120s.
We got one. I got 125s. I don't know if you guys want 120s, but I'm in 125s. So my idea is that I would take half of the profit at 110, and the remainder I would keep and send it all the way to 122. Well, let's see what they do tomorrow. See if they do me dirty. This would be kind of the stop loss right here. 99.
So for those long-term contracts, do you do anything else? Do you like sell calls against the position? Or you
No,
just
I
sit it
plan
in?
on accumulating a lot of Google. So
you'll average down, buy more calls?
I wouldn't buy more calls, but if I can sell some puts here, if we come here, I will sell like 90 puts, and I would take that.
Okay.
Especially if we get a run up, I'll sell a lot of puts if I can. You know, even if it's December, I'll sell 80s, I'll sell 50s, whatever I can get my hands on, where I can get filled.
Okay.
But if it fell below 99.90, you would then
Close the calls.
just
Yeah.
call it. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't want to take too much loss on it because I want to preserve the capital to buy some more.
Yeah, thank you.
But I think we'll be okay on this. So, is there anything anyone else notices here? I'm gonna leave the chart and I'm giving you a clue here now. So we accumulated, right? You have accumulation, we run up. Now we're coming into a range, but there's something specific from Wyckoff and another aspect that's telling you something here. No patterns.
Distribution, maybe?
Why is it accumulation, VJ? You guys remember Anna Cooling buying and selling climaxes?
So you had decrease volume, buying volume on that last. Is that volume? Oh, you're talking about the decrease in volume total. Okay.
There's a lot of decrease, but there's also a decrease in selling volume too. So if you look at it, you're coming up to a value area high and you're selling is decreasing. Less, little pickup, less, here a little cluster, but still overall less. Right? So now, what would you expect to see in your volume here is we need a green volume to pick up, and then we're gonna go higher. So this to me looks like a lot more like accumulation than does distribution. What they
And
could
then we
do.
got earnings coming.
No, I didn't even know that, but that's good. Well, I'm actually gonna stay in these calls no matter what then. So here, what they might do, remember what I told you guys before I showed you market maker pattern? It goes like this. They drop it, and then literally from here, and something else is called here. If you read the Wyckoff book, what's this here? Occurs in phase D.
The spring.
It's a spring. So this is, if they do this, this is a really golden opportunity here, especially, I didn't even know they have earnings. I don't pay much attention to earnings or play them too much, but the run up might be nice. So I'm thinking here, if I'm just kind of correlating events, if they want to keep the economy not killed, they will do 75 basis points one more time. And then the next one, they will do more. I think it has something to do with politics and what's coming up in November and December, but we don't have to go into it. The market has to be stable coming up into those dates.
Shorty, can you chart Unity software?
Yeah, Unity software,
Yeah.
What's that? Kathy's baby. Oh my God, she got slaughtered on this.
So Shorty, where would you short Google?
I wouldn't short it right now. You can short it below 99 to 89, but I will not be part of that trade.
So Shorty, on this one, I see that there is a broadening formation. Like every time it hits the lower end of the trend line, it bounces to the top.
Mm-hmm.
Is that something you agree, or like?
Let's see. So they might dip it below tomorrow or this week.
To the value area low.
Yep.
Your volume dropping off too.
Mm-hmm. I mean, from here to here, your volume is dying on selling. I think I'm on 3 days, guys. I mean, I think there's a lot more buying here if I look at it just candle wise than selling. Me personally, but let's see on weekly. There's some buying, dropping off on selling. So here, if you look at it, big red candle, but look at the volume. You're dropping, but what's happening to the volume here?
Bullish volume anomaly.
Yeah, it's a bullish volume anomaly here.
So Unity specifically had some buyout type rumor, and that's when it really went up, skyrocketed last week or the week before, and then the rumor didn't go through, or the buyout didn't go through.
Yeah, I don't really trade them, so I have no idea. I think they do gaming software or some kind of software. I really don't even know what they do. Metaverse? Yeah, I really don't know. I didn't buy shares in it. I don't have any knowledge about it, and I don't know how their financials are. Dumpster, just check their EBITDA, see how is it year over year. Yeah, but I would expect a little dip below because you have a structure here, right? You see it? You have a nice little structure that's being created. And then I want to answer Indian Real's question here.
Shorty, check out the accumulation on Sentinel 1.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm adding to it too. So I'm slowly going to add
We
more.
looked at that.
You've seen it?
Yeah, it's going to pop. So my idea is that there's going to be some cyber wars coming up soon. And all the security stocks are going to go through the roof again. I do expect some natural disasters to pick up very soon too. So if you can correlate stocks to it, great.
So on
Natural
S,
disasters and hacking coming.
you're buying now, even with expecting a dump into November.
Oh yeah, I'll buy this.
Got a
I'm
great
not
daily trend line.
I'm not too worried about this stock, to be honest with you.
Hey, Shorty, on the ES half hour before close on Friday, we dropped about 20 points. This recent drop, we just dropped about to that exact same level.
Are you talking about this?
Look at today's drop. Match it up with the bottom. You see that one right there? That's the half hour before the close. Go to the end bottom of the wick up to today's wicks.
Oh, today's?
The lowest wick. All the way to the bottom.
Oh,
See
so
how
this
that
one?
matches
Yeah.
right up?
Of course.
That was a 20 point drop. We got the same kind of reaction there with a reject. Now, what does that mean? Anything in particular?
That means that they're coming back for liquidity here. So for me, I think if they're gonna grab a break here and sweep, they're gonna break this and literally dump it. Once we lose this, they're gonna come in for the stop losses here. They're gonna come in because somebody here was pushing it up, and these guys said, "Okay, well here we go. We're gonna come back to your level. You better defend it." And they're here, but once they break it, it won't be good for these guys. They're defending it.
Because if you look at the 5 minute, you got some pretty long wicks supporting buying it up.
Yep. And I just look at the volume here, right? And I would say it's twice as much on selling side than it is on buying there. And
So I mean, we could be going up to the value high and then collapse down.
yeah, but this is where they're gonna have trouble right now.
Right. I mean, reject and then crash through.
Yep. I mean, I doubt that we're gonna if they pull it off and push tonight towards 3,900 over it, then there's
Oh,
something.
I meant there's a 914 value high, just slightly over that.
Oh, right here somewhere.
Yeah, it's right about
You're talking about. I mean, there's a PD value area high right here.
Yeah.
At the 3883, which is pretty nice.
Yeah,
So
that's what I was talking about for a reject and then a possible dump.
Yep. And I mean, even if you grab this sell off right here to here,
I'm just looking for an entry tonight.
I was short it.
A short entry.
Here. Yeah.
With it maybe a stop loss over that.
Yeah, you could do that.
Okay.
Let's see, which stock were we in when Google? So I just want to answer Indian question. So let's see. So if you look here, Indian, so we're in a range, right? So this is a really nice range and a structure for sell-off, right? And most people are expecting a sell-off. I want you to just focus on this group right here, like on this box right here. What do you guys see in terms of just green and red?
Mostly green.
Mostly green, right?
Right.
If this is a
Also, the highest
distribution,
volume is green as well.
so if you look at the green volume versus red volume, I'm on the weekly now, right? When you have a double bottom, what do you guys expect on the double bottom if you're in accumulation in terms of volume?
Launch pad.
You want the volume on the second touch to be picking up green. And here, right, we came very close to it. We were in a range. We made a higher low. There was a nice little pickup on the volume, right? And then as we approached what supply, they're like, okay, well, let's retail. Let these guys buy here, right? We'll buy back again here. So now it's very important, that we look at it tomorrow, and when you look at the daily, to see what's going on. So if you look at the daily level here, Daily is
Oh, look
doing
at that
pretty good,
volume.
right? So think about it. From August, what is this? Call it August 1st. This is the highest volume by far. You guys agree? I
Yep.
say yes, right? So it's the highest volume by far. And where is the price?
The lowest.
It's at the lowest point of the range. So highest volume at the lowest point of the range. If you read Anna Cooling book and you don't understand it, that's what they do, right? They're gonna buy it at the lowest point with the highest amount of money. And they're gonna now try to drive it up a little bit, try to add a little bit more. And now you're watching, and from the Wyckoff theory, you're watching for a pickup in volume. We want to see volume go like this. They need to accelerate this now, the volume here. And if you look here, just pay attention to what happened here, right? Look at this. We went up right here, right? I'm trying to get this candle. Look at this volume here. Big old volume again at the support. At the support. But this time it was much bigger here than it is here. That's the only, like, okay, that's a little bit concerning. Are the buyers getting afraid or what's going on? But when you look at it on the weekly, the volume here is kind of staying greenish. You know, if you add a moving average, let's say, if you add this, let's do 50. And if you look at this, we're still below the weekly on selling here. How many weekly candles on volume closed above the 50 moving average on volume? 1, 2, 3.
Like 4 of them.
Maybe this one, 4. And then you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the buying side. When you look at this in a little bit of microscope, you start seeing some things like, okay, well, maybe there's a little bit more buyers here than there are sellers, that they're more aggressive in nature, right? Not necessarily is there more buyers, but they might be a little bit more aggressive to buy whenever we come to the support. And here, I mean, it looks like a huge bearish engulfing candle, right? And then when you switch, you know, to the Ashi candles, just to see the momentum kind of changes the story a little bit. Look at the 6 hours now. It looks like it wants to reverse. Bottom wicks, inside body. I mean, usually that's a reversal in Ashis. Okay. What else do you guys have?
Can you look at the video?
Yeah.
Please.
We had for NVIDIA, we had what we were planning on doing. Let me see. Yeah. So these were the levels we needed to go below 127.98, then it goes to 123. So now it's still in the range here. Most likely going to reject here. So if it pushes up tomorrow, I'd watch to short it here, 132.72. This would be a good short opportunity.
Shorty, can you check Ethereum?
And if I was to short it here, just be aware of this value area high. Are you familiar how to play this? Right, if you're gonna short it here, you can short here or let it come inside, then here, then you have a little bit of range here. But it's really tight now. I mean, it's in 5 points range since September 13th. So let's see what it does. I mean, it hasn't been giving a lot. What did I do? Favorite. I think has a little bit more downside here. I would definitely short it here. with a stop loss somewhere around here. So 3, and then potentially would break this here, go down. Yeah, that's the value area high here. So I think that 123 level will be, that's right. Yeah, this level here will be crucial. That's the value area high of the whole run up here. So I think they're headed there.
Thank you.
Which one do I pick here?
It's the one that says Coinbase. I think, yeah, Coinbase. Basically, I want to buy Ethereum soon, and I want to see like a good buy zone. I was thinking like 7-800, but so that's what I tried doing, but that's all it gave me.
A little bit more. Somewhere around this range. It would make a higher low here as well. So 1200. I just don't know why they're dropping this. I would think this is more safer for inflation than something else, but I don't know. Maybe I don't understand
Well,
crypto them.
doesn't the market doesn't it fall with the market?
I can't speak to it, man. I really don't trade it that much.
Ethereum was waiting for the switch over to the Ethereum 2.0.
Yeah, the merge already happened.
Yeah, so once that happened, the Ethereum's been dropping ever since.
Yeah, no, I just noticed that whenever the our stock market goes down, crypto falls as well.
I just don't follow it, guys. I can't speak to it. I'm sure somebody in the group's good at it.
No worries. Thank you though.
But 1200 would be a good level, and I don't know where's BTC. Oof. Yeah, this is going to 10,000, so I don't know what that means for Ethereum.
Yeah, that's basically what I was thinking. If that goes to 10,000, Ethereum's gonna go like
600, 10 grand. So.
About everything in crypto, especially all the alternate. If they go down, or if they're going down, that means.
Yeah, this is where this is gonna go. So I don't know what it means for anyone in the group, but this is where it's headed.
Can you buy me a Bitcoin?
I'm not gonna buy you a Bitcoin.
Or
this is crazy. I have a friend who's a billionaire off of Bitcoin. Yeah, he has a lot of it.
So, Shorty, if you expect Bitcoin to go to 10K, wouldn't it be okay to kind of short coin as well?
Like I said, I don't trade and I don't correlate any connection between BTC or any equities. So I don't know. Coin, I can look at it independently from Bitcoin.
Yeah, if you
right?
can, please. Yeah, I would appreciate that.
Can look at it here, but I mean, from potential bear flag, there's definitely a bear flag on the weekly. And if I was to, let me just look at the daily, see how it looks. Yeah, I mean, this looks like it wants to go down. I would think it needs to test a structure low, so somewhere around $40. That's where I would be. I would be interested in buying at 40, nothing before. In that range. Hello, failed auction here, came back, rejected. Yeah, I would not touch it if you're looking to short it. Let's see where this guy is right now. Yep, right now. Yeah. This was your short. Maybe tomorrow you get it. There's gonna be some bad news coming for it soon. Oh, look at that. Oh my god. Yeah. So tomorrow I would probably short it right here. Be a nice short. I would not even wait for a retest on this. Yeah, so you short it tomorrow and you can enjoy it all the way to 6. Well, wow, look at that number, guys. You guys been waiting for it. Is dumpster asleep? His favorite number just came up. Yeah, all the way at 69. So you got $4 here. And even there, I mean, does not have a lot of volume. This is gonna happen quick too tomorrow. The ES bounce. Yep. Are you entering short, Mr. Bean here?
I was entertaining the idea. The other thing right above it, it could actually make it to the value low.
Today's session?
Yeah. It's probably going to reject closer to this value high of 914.
Do you think here?
It's like I got the value high. I've got something at 3884.75.
3884. 3884.75. I don't know what you got there. They look at weekly. I mean, I have a weekly right here. 3882. I don't have. So the previous day here, 386.75 is here, and this is today's POC.
I guess it's not. It's the 15th.
Yeah, that's what I have.
The high.
4.5. Yep. On 30 minutes here. Yeah, that's right there.
Looks like it might be rejected already.
I make these two tick, and I don't think it works out. Yeah, there. So 38425. Yeah, I just rejected.
Yeah.
I'll probably get in here. But they can manipulate this. They could probably trap you long, short here for a minute. Go here, and then. Oh my god. This fucking market. Oh, what a candle there. Did you get in? Oh my
No, I didn't.
Holy shit. That was 4 points. Easy.
Yeah.
Ball. Oh. I have no idea what this is. Assuming they make balls. How is this? Where do you get these stickers? Catching rockets.
I give you one guess.
I mean, this one you pulled out of your ass. I have no idea what this is. I've never seen it.
Ball is the company that makes mason jars.
Really?
No guesses, Shorty?
YouTube?
There you go. Ding,
Oh,
ding,
wow.
ding. We have a winner.
Oh, well, somebody's interested. Let's see what they're looking at. Weekly here. They make mason jars?
Yeah, on the mason jars it says Ball on them. That's the company.
Wow. How the hell do you know this?
I don't know. I just know.
Because it's written on the mason jars.
I feel like that, and like I don't know. Everybody knows mason jars. I say, Shorty, you definitely have mason jars in your home.
I have mason jar. I just don't look in the bottom of a mason jar to see what it says. I don't do that. If it reclaims 57, it has a nice shot to 58.83. If the purpose is shares, then let's see. It has a long way to go. I'm in the wrong business. Look at Mason's jar business. Ooh. Yeah. It has like 44. If they break 54.09, I mean, it has a really high chance for another $10 drop. Like has a little bit of some buyers here. I think this is 2018 buyers, which they're probably out here already out of this position. If this went close to 100, they're out. Yeah, it went to 100. Yeah, these guys are out here. They won't be defending. So I think they'll go to 44 on this. 44.62. And you found another one, XBI. Okay, I can understand that one. Right. Don't touch it just yet. So this one here. Has a little bit more to drop, and then it gets interesting here at 81. This one gets a little bit of excitement. I guess COVID. Phew. Yeah, that went crazy. So maybe here, you also have a couple of structures here, so I would be careful. Well, it sounds like we're gonna have COVID number 2. Maybe they're buying that here. That was a good short opportunity here. Do you guys see who sees the play right off the bat here? What a easy short.
Is it value? Are you talking about the short or long? Short is right there at the POC. Yeah.
Easy short. Yeah,
Long would be at the value area low. Or even 68 is, or I don't know exactly where that shelf starts, but like 70s, right around there.
You kind of have a bear flag working right there too, shorting down to 77.
This year, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so either 77 or 71 is going to be a good long entry. 92
But
there
this
was
is
a
gonna be
good short entry.
this right here is gonna happen so quick.
Yep. That's what I'm saying. 77 or 71 will be a good place to go long.
Yep. They're gonna show up here in abundance. They're gonna be excited to be here. Okay, I just want to check SQQ real quick. Cool. Man, look at the volume on weekly on this.
Also accumulation.
Yeah, look where we're rejecting right now. Oh my God. Once they break this zone here, call it 50 here. Once they get over this, man, watch out. Actually, might get some calls here on this. And guys, on the right time frames. Dumpster, you still in shares? Dumpster, leave us. You went to sleep. think he's in shares. They were most likely going to get a nice imbalance to the SSL high here. Yeah, this looks good for some shares. Bean, are you in shares? Somebody got shares. I don't know who got shares.
Of Q?
SQ.
Oh, SQQ? I used to have some.
I think
I already
somebody
sold
got
out.
them. Oh, okay. I was trying to get him at 35, but I forgot about it. Would have been a nice ad. I'm gonna watch this tomorrow. Maybe put some alerts.
Don't you think they're gonna mess with the market till Wednesday?
Oh,
They're
they
gonna
may.
just kind of like bounce it sideways for a bit and then make a
I'm not
decision.
gonna buy it now. I mean, if I can get it at 35 again, I'll add it. But I'm not gonna add it here. If we break this, I'll wait for this. I'll wait for the retest. I missed my entry on this. This was a perfect entry here. 35 was my goal, but that's nice crypto. Yeah, I haven't tried that indicator. What is this? What does it do? That's nice, VJ. Good job. It's a good ad. Yeah, I don't know what the point of this ad is. This should be a nice. If we reject here, this is also good to watch just for anyone playing the market tomorrow. If we reject here, and that lines up perfectly with our ES, like let's say bounce on the bottom, that's going to be a good entry to go long on ES and short and on Qs here. SQQ, sorry. Well, let's see how we do. We just got into the value area here. Maybe we could go to here, just 45.
If you have
All right, guys. Well, I think that's it for me. I gotta get some sleep. See you guys tomorrow. Should be ready. See what they do, but we might be done tomorrow before we even open up.
Oh, were you gonna show us how you said something about a scanner?
Oh yeah. All right, should have done that first.
Sorry to cut into your sleep there.
Yeah, you bastard.
Can you chart ES?
See, let me find the bottoms, tops.
Was that a no on charting ES?
I'm sorry. I'm not sure what somebody's asking.
They're messing with you to chart ES.
Yeah, not gonna happen. I'm just running here to see which what stuff is on the bottom of my Keltner channel. So when I look at it, I want to see, first sector wise, there's a lot of information technology. There's some good stocks, and I'm running on a quarterly bottom. So when you think about quarterly bottom on the clouds that I have, they don't happen very often. So like to see some stocks like Twilio, they're a good company. Uh, these are like INTC. I think it's good to add. I think Verizon is pretty good. They have some dividends. Uh, AMC Networks. I don't know what this is, but it looks like Netflix is there. Meta's there. That's pretty good buy. And I think we said Meta at 134, so they're going to be probably dipping a little bit more. And what that means, so if I look at the levels here, see if I look at Meta for a second. So we're approaching the level where Meta is going to get a huge bounce. And I don't care what they say, whoever says what, Meta is going to bounce at this level at 128.43. There's a high probability that we're going to be bouncing here. So on average, it looks like, the bear average has been reduced a little bit. So 5.8. So this is going to be a quick bounce here, potentially, all the way up to this yellow line here that we had the resistance. So I wouldn't be surprised if we go to 130s and bounce to 170 fairly quick fashion. And then when I run the scanner, I'm able to see what else is there in terms of like financials, right? So financials, not as many. Healthcare has some beat up stocks there. Consumer staples, discretionaries there. CVNA, which I would not touch. Wayfair, I would not touch. Baba, I just don't like some accounting stuff they do. BA, this is not bad. So if you run the BA chart, I'm able to see which stocks are looking good for long term, and BA is coming up as one of them here. So they got into the cloud, they bounced. If you see the little gray line, they held the gray line, which is the 1.6 of the cloud. They came back and now they're above the quarterly. And then if I go to the monthlies, just to see what's going on there, and it's on the bottom of the quarterly and the bottom of the monthly cloud. And usually when stuff is on the bottom of quarterly and monthly cloud, and I'll let Drew explain, well, not explain it, but vouch for it, it's gonna bounce.
It's gonna bounce hard.
Yeah, it's gonna get a nice little momentum here. So
Can you repeat that? I'm sorry.
Yeah, if you're not familiar with this, I do have a class on it on YouTube, and I think Catching Rockets has one as well. So these clouds that you're seeing, for instance, here, you see the little clouds top and the bottom.
Yes.
So these are called Keltner channels, right? So it's kind of like your Bollinger Bands, but these have a little bit of more code and custom stuff to it. And it tells me whenever you're in the bottom of a quarterly channel like this one, you don't happen to do that very often. So I'll kind of bring up SPY here, just so you get an idea, because you might not be familiar. So here's last time when we were at SPY, when we touched, was this monthly bottom. Look what happened. That was March 20th. They tried not to close below this cloud on the monthly bottom. So, and this was also quarterly mid, when it did come here. So if you look at it, quarterly mid last was tested March 20th. Now we're executing a specific pattern on SPY here. Does anyone know what it is based on the clouds?
It's a bearish backdoor.
Money.
I'm sorry, bearish money shot.
So yeah, we're executing bearish money shot right now. So there's a really high probability we're gonna go here to 337. So stocks usually when they come into these clouds, they respect every single level that's inside. And if you can, if you look here, your momentum is dying. You're almost negative here on the weekly MACD. What else? The MACD on the bottom is actually still positive, so the doors are going to be closed on the bottom here. So if we go here, I'm pretty sure that we're going to be bouncing here. If we come to this level, it's going to be probably a good bounce at 330, 340s level. And I would expect this to arrive sooner than later here on SPY. So if it helps you guys, I can run these scans on Sundays or maybe Saturdays. I can pick the stocks that I'm interested. Like I'll be interested in 3M here, and I know they had some news, some bad news, or something happened with them. I forgot what it was. But this is something that I would definitely add here. Does anyone notice something here that's telling you screaming buy here?
A double bottom?
Yeah, double bottom. There's a lot going on here. So you have on a weekly here, you have a nice bullish divergence on MACD. Your histogram's telling you they've been exhausted. since 187, and we're back to like 114. So this is a really good company to add to like long-term portfolio.
And volume's decreasing as well.
Yep. So this is something that I would look to add probably here within a week or so to my portfolio.
Yeah.
Buy some shares.
Do you
no, I just put my last bit in the dryer. I just put my last bit in the dryer.
Are you waiting for a retest on those, or just?
No, I would just buy these honestly. I
Okay.
would buy these. I mean, they're at quarterly bottom.
Yeah, I figured you would just buy. I just was curious. I wanted to make sure.
Yeah, you're on a yearly middle here, which is a rare thing to happen. This doesn't happen. Maybe it happens. I don't know. Here, it touched 2016. It touched it, and they're gonna bounce from here. Pretty positive they're gonna bounce it.
Can you show Boeing on this again and where you would consider buying it?
Yeah. 136.
There's a gap to be filled around 122. Would you keep that into consideration? Not really.
They will not drop it below 116. So yeah, I mean, now you can take it in consideration, but this right here is quarterly bottom right now, and they just regained it. So this level here, 140. If we lose 140, they can dip it all the way to 116, and they most likely do that.
Okay.
Hey, Shorty, how can we access those clouds?
You will send me your kidneys and 2 livers and every other body part that you have, and I'll send it to you.
Shoot me your address down the web, bro.
No, but you do have access to this in TradingView. We built this for you guys in TradingView. The same thing. You have access to this.
You're not selling those
trading.
for TOS anymore?
No.
Oh, so they're on TradingView. So I just have to. Do I need to request them or something? What's the process for that?
I'm
It
sorry?
should be under your they should be under
Yeah.
your invite only
If you
indicators.
if you click on under invite only scripts, you won't have as many, but you'll have the the clouds. I don't know what they're called for you guys.
It's shorty clouds.
Yeah, shorty cloud. So you'll have this,
No
and then
quarterly,
basically
but there's a monthly.
Yeah, there's a monthly. We can add quarterly, but like if you add monthly here, when you'll have to increase the time.
You have quarterly.
No, it doesn't.
I don't think it does.
It does not.
So here's a monthly
Okay.
bottom right here, and here's a monthly middle, and here's a monthly top. And you can change these colors. You guys know that, right?
Yes.
You guys can customize. I've seen some of you guys customize it real nice. So you can change these colors to be different. And if somebody needs it, I mean, just comment here, and we can get sequence to kind of go over it, setting it up, color coding, so you guys can get a better perspective on it. And then if Catching Rockets wants, you could probably do a class on it to refresh for people.
Yeah, if there's a demand for it, I'll happily do a class. You guys just let me know.
Yeah, I would be glad to see a class on this if you don't mind, guys.
Same here.
That would be cool.
Would love a class on it.
All right, we'll figure it out sometime this week. We'll get it done.
Yep.
Yeah, my trading view looks like junk.
Huh?
I said my trading view looks like junk compared to what everybody else has.
Yeah, you can customize and make it a little bit better. On Toss, they're a little bit easier because it's much easier to view. And this is my kind of grid for the clouds, right? So I have my orbs right here. I have my daily cloud, right? So it tells me if you're inside of the daily or out of the daily. Once you're out of the daily, things open up a little bit. And then this usually here is my weekly cloud. And I'm able to tell, what's the sentiment on each one of these clouds real quick. So right now, we're below the weekly mid. That's a big, big level, guys. Like when you're below a weekly mid, there's a high chance that you're going to be going to the weekly bottom. But the only thing that's stopping this right now is this right here that has a nice little bullish divergence being built. And then if I check, it's not inside the 4 hours yet. So if you want to go long, the only way you go long is once it reclaims this level here. It'd be like 145.15, or call it 145, maybe a little less.
And if
Once
you
it
got,
reclaims it, goes
sorry.
above it. Here, you don't buy this, you buy it right here. And that'd be the bullish money shot play.
So, if you guys want, and to avoid bugging Shorty with petty stuff, if you guys remind me on the weekends, I can always run these scans for you guys on the quarterly bottoms and tops and monthly bottoms and tops and post the results.
And I can just pick some of the stocks that I like, right? So there's a handful that of course, I don't have unlimited funds either. So there's certain stocks that I would look at, kind of look at them, and I will also check their financials to make sure that they're, still growing, that they have, year over year EBITDA, that their cash flow is growing. I would not look at, for instance, CVNA. I would not look at it at all. I would look at Budweiser here, or no, Bush, whatever this is. I would look at this. I thought this was something else. I would not look at that. T-Doc, definitely not. FIS is a good company, but I think they're going to go lower. Octave is not a bad company. Netflix, no. So this is quarterly bottom. I can change this. I can run it on the monthly bottom and see what the monthly, if it returns anything.
Seeing the TLT is there.
Yeah, where'd you see it? So there's Google, both Googles there, the preferred shares and regular. AMAT. What is AMAT? Is that chips? Thought they do something with chips. I don't know. I would take a look at that one. Dell, I wouldn't touch. I'd be interested to look at Autodesk.
Did you look at Apple, Shorty, tonight?
No.
Oh, okay.
We don't buy Apple. We're short Apple.
No, I know. That's why I was asking. I was wondering if you went over why you took it short.
Yeah, so we can go over it.
You don't have to go super in depth. I was just curious.
We went over, I think it was here. Yeah, that's why we took short.
Okay.
And then if you do.
What? You can use a plus sign? I just learned something.
If you do this. We're also, am I missing something here? I'm missing somebody. I think I was missing somebody.
Tesla, maybe?
Yeah, Tesla. That's what I don't think it was this guy. It's this Tesla. Yeah, there it goes.
I'm so confused. What am I looking at?
So what I'm doing here, I'm combining to see the top weights of the NASDAQ and see how they're moving. Some people just look at Tesla or Apple and it's like, oh man, the market's moving this way. Well, the market's really not going to move till both of these boys are flowing in the same direction. And here, you see how we had the structure low here. Right, so here's your structure low here. And that's why I took a short.
I'm so confused. Like, how does it put all of those charts together? It's just a combined price?
Yeah, it's just an aggregation, yeah.
Wild.
Based on, yeah. So if this is a structure low and we're coming back for a retest, then you know what to do. If you do this.
This is insane.
What do you think that they're gonna do here now?
You're gonna fill that gap. I mean, you're that skinny belly. You're going down to 921-ish at least, if not more.
And this was our bullish day. Remember, we talked about it on, I think it was last Sunday. We said, if we break this, come back for a retest, you're gonna have a bullish day. And look what happened. We broke it, came back.
I'm glad I asked you about this because this is awesome. I just learned that you can use a plus sign. What the hell?
You can do it here as well.
What?
Look at my combos here.
Wow. All right.
And the full send works the same way.
Every day you learn something is a good day.
Yeah, so here's your 5 minutes here. And we just entered third wave on 5 minutes. Let's see where the 30 minutes is. So first, this is a third wave. So this one's going to be longer, it looks like. Yeah, we are in a third wave here.
I had no idea you could combine all of those.
See the volume here?
Yeah.
Yeah, so there has to be a bullish divergence here. Look at this. Daily bottom.
Wow.
With the bullish divergence, like I expected. Off of 4 hours.
But looking at that, you'd expect the market to then SPY to go up.
Yeah, I expect market. I think tomorrow what they do is they fake people to the short side and we rip. But I don't want to create this scenario for people. I don't want to say it too many times. Then they'll say, hey, you said it was going to rip. You don't know what it's going to do. I just think that's what the best bet would be, that they sold off and then they rip it. And then they get the idea, oh, buy calls. Somebody leaked information. Come Wednesday, let's say they do 75 basis points to give them a reason to go to 41, 100, 41.50, which is what we want.
XPX, same thing, right? Pretty much.
So then there is a chance for Tesla to actually go to that ultimate level of 329 or 330.
Yeah, there's a chance. There's always
So
a chance.
you said that under the 299.13 or something, you would wait for that retest and then short. But if you were to take it upside, what level would you then look at?
303. Be over this
303.
level here that we're gonna go break this trend line, come back and go, and then you have 310. So if you look at Tesla here, we had it last week. This was our chart, right? We said if you break above it, you're gonna go higher, and then it went here, and then obviously they dipped it, they reclaimed it, made a lower high, and the previous support became resistance, and now we're right below it. So we need to break this 303.77, come back for a retest, and then you go to 310.
Gotcha.
But it has a compression up, meaning it's compressing here, so it could, create also a nice short right here. So definitely worth watching. Okay.
I feel like I get so confused. I mean, I learn so much, but at the same time, I stay as confused as I was before.
What are you confused about?
Just don't play your own bias. Play what the market gives you. And I've read that in Trader Dale's book. I've read that in the psychology book. And again, they say it's easier said than done, and I guess that's where my confusion lies. Is tell my brain to act right.
Yeah, I mean, so when I say I'm biased, like I really don't have any bias for tomorrow. I'm just gonna play whatever they give us. So, like for instance, here, if you shorted it earlier, let's say you shorted it at 38.84. I mean, that's 4 points, and yes, not much, but for a night session, that's pretty good. For me, tomorrow, if we can reclaim this 38.84 in 5 minutes, come back for a retest, I'll go long, and I'll look for some trimming levels, kind of like as we approach 3900. That'd be the level. And then once we break 39.05, it tells me that they're serious, that they want
Okay.
this. And then once they break that, I'll be like, okay, well, now you guys gain some power. There's a high chance you're going to go to the VPOC because that's a magnet. And you just create a story off the levels. You don't need to complicate it. You just play the levels.
I think
Bounced
Rumi,
off the trend line.
The best advice Shorty ever gave me, and I don't think he says this enough, is like make a plan the night before and stick to it. So find where you want to take your shorts, find where you want to take longs, find where you're waiting for a retest or whatever for a long or a short, and put like mark everything on your chart, write exactly what you're doing at that level. If you're taking it short on a touch, or if you're taking it short on a retest, so on and so forth, and only trade that. Don't deviate from your plan, and just do that, and then you'll get confident, like with your levels. And once you get confident, then you can start, adding things on the fly. But it's a lot easier to look at the market when it's closed and make a plan for yourself and stick to it the next day.
True, very true. But that would also then I have to focus on just one, or if I can even do two.
When you're starting,
to look at them.
When you're starting, just focus on one. Focus on
Just
ES
the
or
one.
SPY or whatever. Focus on ES and trade either SPX or SPY, or focus on SPY and trade
many tickers, right?
SPY.
You don't want to. I think you'd be more confused if you had 10 tickers. Like you
Right.
guys see me trading many. I know Amazon levels. I know Tesla. I know the major boys. I know the levels, and if they approach certain levels for shorting, like Amazon did, like Google calls, I'll switch to those as well. But I usually buy longer term on those. Like we are in Apple puts for this week, just based on where we were and what we were approaching. So it doesn't mean that I actively trade them, but I do look at them. Like if you looked at my chart, and like I had it up and I had the combo marked,
Right.
and I know how it's behaving, what the levels are. So here's Apple. I don't think I've charted Apple on toss in a very long time. And here, I said revisit by October, and if you patiently waited here, some people went long, maybe some people went short, but I haven't touched this chart. If I can figure out when was this put, 8-7. Yeah, so
That's
those.
amazing. Definitely, I've learned to be more patient, just being a part of this group and not taking anything on a whim.
Yeah, and you want to avoid that. And as Catching Rocket said, right, if you don't have a plan, then you don't have a trade. You really should not have a trade. And Catching Rockets, he suffered a little bit. He struggled, and I put him on a 1 trade per day plan, right? So he's been doing. If you look at his, profits, he's been averaging about 7.5%, if my math did it right.
Wow.
So I calculated your log, Catching Rockets.
Yeah.
Hopefully soon I can get there.
No, you
I
can.
can vouch for that.
You can.
I can vouch for that.
Seriously, make a plan the night before, stick to it,
Okay.
and make sure every single trade that you're taking, you're at least getting, 2 reward for your 1 risk.
Risk,
on
okay.
every single trade. So on TradingView, if you don't know how to use it, like I can show you after Shorty's done. I know he wants to go to bed, but right in TradingView, you can use the long position and the short position, and measure your entry and your exit, where your stop loss is going to be, and all of that.
If you don't mind, that would be great.
Yeah, we'll just do it right after the class.
Okay.
And here's what Catching Rocket sends me when he needs confirmations, and you guys are welcome to send it. Send me your plan. Let's take a look at it. And then tomorrow, I have also some members that I work with. They're actually required to send me their screenshots of their exits and entries and their stop losses, and also the timing of execution. So I know they're not manipulating the system.
Wow. Okay.
Your log should include your times of entries as well. That way you can always look back at it if you want to.
So if you look at this person here, he tells me why he entered, where he got in, where he exited, and I also look at his log trades from TOS to make sure that all of it lines up, that he's respecting them.
And you start doing that once the new person's started reading or finished reading the books that you've required.
As soon as you tell me that you're ready to do some of this stuff, you send me the
Got
charts.
it.
Help you.
Okay. I'm getting there. Not yet, but I'll definitely let you know.
No, that's good. Keep going at it. It doesn't
Shorty's
come.
open.
It doesn't come overnight. Like, I mean, Like some of the traders that I know, it took them 6 years to become profitable. I mean, they lost hundreds of $1,000s. I lost $70,000 before I started becoming profitable.
Wow.
Just never give up. Never give up.
Yep, that's the goal. That's definitely the
A
goal.
lot of people come really, really close. I mean, you cannot. I mean, go learn a language in 30 days.
No, not easy.
Yeah, it's impossible. And people, especially, for the younger crowd, the patience is becoming less and less, maybe because of social media or the world we live in. But the instant gratification thing is just like, I want it now. I see somebody has a Lambo. I want a Lambo now. And if I can't get a Lambo, that's not good for me. Well, if you're not committed to it and you're not sweating and putting hours, uh, it's just not going to come. I hate to say it,
It's
but
definitely not gonna happen here overnight. That's for sure.
Yeah, no, I've learned that the hard way. Definitely.
I've even been close to quitting. And I think one thing that probably isn't said enough as well is, Shorty kind of hinted at this earlier in the Discord, but like when you sit down to study, you need to be uninterrupted. Like a lot of people, their focus is all over the place. And like, let's say they sit down to read a book, they'll check their phone 20 times, in one chapter. You should literally like have your phone turned off or on silent or whatever and out of reach if need be, and try to cut out all
Get through it.
distractions if possible and actually study for an hour. You'll accomplish a lot more in that hour than you will if you try to study for 4 hours with distractions.
You're right. You're absolutely right. I actually, I'm pretty proud that I got through most of the Trader Dale book this weekend. Kids, work, family, all that stuff inclusive. It's definitely not easy to try to learn something new with all these distractions. But hey, I was able to get through most of it, and I'm halfway through that other psychology book. That one's just a lot more wordy. So, and you need time to like really understand and process. That it's talking to you, it's talking about you to you, and for you to understand that deeply, it really sinks in, and it sunk in when I was like, oh my god, this book was about me.
Yeah, some of those things are pretty painful.
Yeah.
You're like, screw you.
I was like, damn, the market was out for me, but it's not.
They sure.
So
Yeah, but
in
it's
this group,
great to be in
there's
this
a lot
group.
of guys. I almost pick up all the guys that have been in 10 discords before me, and then they come, they're like, "Oh, you care."
Yeah,
I
I've
didn't
been
open
in
this
all of
group
them.
to,
Yeah, he really does care,
I
man.
actually was not gonna open a group at all. Catching Rockets know this. I was never interested to even open a Discord. He was one of the guys that asked me to.
Wow.
Thank God he did, man.
And there was something that you had said, Shorty, about basically Discord hopping and not understanding a strategy to its fullest and giving up on it because you don't understand it essentially. And then just in this last chapter that I read with Trader Dill, he said the same thing, and basically jumping from strategy to strategy. It's just strategy. I can't even say the word anymore. Strategy, and not understanding it to its fullest, and not taking the time to understand it because again, we live in instant gratification world. So I've really understood that too, and want to take my time and understand volume profile to its fullest.
Yep. I mean, volume profile. Honestly, I mean, if you guys look at my indicators, I don't use much besides what I use here, right? So, even on my different charts, you will never see a lowercase study on mine, meaning a lagging indicator. I don't use any EMAs, moving averages. They're none. Usually I have different ones, that I ask to be coded just to help me. Like my pivots are here. The VWAP is important. The orbs are important for me. But everything else here is just, maybe some of them are duplicates, but yeah, they're all the same. It's all about volume. Until people understand that, it's really hard to become successful. And hopefully Mr. Bean went to sleep short on DS.
I am.
That was a good short. Yeah, I think we're gonna potentially dump here.
Shorty, do you trade futures on on Thinkorswim?
No, I used to, but I switched small account to TradeStation to see if I can get used to the platform. I'm struggling with the platform, so I just know how to buy and sell. I didn't even know how to buy and sell for a couple of weeks.
Could you educate me on that? Like, what ticker do you look for when you're trading that? Like, what ticker do you look at, and what ticker do you trade options on when you're trading futures? Like, what's the ticker for it?
Well, it depends for which platform you're in.
Thinkorswim.
Dash ES.
That's ES. Okay.
No.
I tried typing ES and then it didn't come up, but then it came up as like $88, but that didn't match what you guys were like
It's
referring to. So it didn't
forward
the right one.
slash ES.
Yeah, ever
Forward
since
slash.
it's $88, right? You don't want to be trading that too much.
No, forward slash
Right.
ES.
Yeah. So
Okay. Okay. Good to know. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you for showing that.
And
Yeah,
they're really expensive and here, so just
I'm short and I have a order to close at 38.61.
Just so y'all know, if anybody does use Thinkorswim Mobile, it is different for ESU. I don't know what happened, but the other day /ESU 22, it's like it's done, and then now you got to go to ESZ 22, and there's also already a ESU 23, which I guess is going to be when we go into the next year, but there's no information on that one, so I think it's ESZ for mobile.
Well, let's see what they do tonight, tomorrow morning. They should be fixing some of the stuff with the rollovers. Let's see.
And Shorty, touching back on coin, you said you have an target of $69. Do you think the 70 put, if you don't mind looking at it, or maybe even tomorrow if I remind you, the 70 put for September 30th, it had a high of 11 and it's currently at 4.
Well, I would buy that.
Yeah, I put a limit at 4.2 just in case I don't get filled when I'm not looking, but I figured that would be a good trade.
360 tomorrow. I mean, it has a high chance to go here. Really high chance to 60.
What's here? I'm not currently looking at my screen. I'm sorry. I'm driving. 68. Okay, thank you.
But by time, they can manipulate this.
Yeah, I was looking at 2 weeks out at least, the 30th.
Well, that might be good.
Okay.
I'll be looking something like the October 21st or something like that.
Okay, yeah, I saw those as well. Those were, I think, were for 5.6.
Yeah, I would look at those.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. All right, guys, I'm exhausted. I'm sorry. It's been almost 2.5 hours now. I'm super tired and gotta get the head ready.
Sure, good time.
Yeah.
Good night. Thanks a lot, buddy.
For anybody that wants to see the short long position stuff, just stay on.
Shorty, are you gonna be live tomorrow?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Catch you in the morning. Sleep well. Thank you again very much.
Bye, guys. Good night.
All right, so basically, we'll just look at ES right now because I'm short right now on ES. So if you go here on your indicator bars or whatever it is, there's long position and short position.
Okay.
So right now specifically I'm short, and what you do is you would put your entry, I think mine was here roughly, where you're gonna close your stop loss, and then your profit target, like I said, you want to get at least 2 reward for your 1 risk. And the way that you find your stop loss, on a chart is based off of, it could be a lot of things. Like you could say my stop loss is going to be just above the high of this candle, the wick on this candle. Or you could say just above the high of the value area high in this instance. But then you want to make sure you're at least getting that 2 reward. In this specific case, I think we're coming down to here. So I'm actually short to here. So 13 reward for 1 risk. And I've already moved my stop loss, so I won't go red. But this is the trade I'm in. You know, like even if I was, you know, to sell here, I'm risking 1 to make 8. But so every trade, you know, like you want to have your plan. So like if you're saying, the night before, if you're saying enter short here, just for instance, you want to look, like where would they try to fake me out? So like Shorty says, like you want to think about what how market makers are thinking, like where would they push it to short people out? They would take it above this candle, like, because if people got in short here, they're going to stop out, like basically break even. And you don't want to be the person that stops out break even. You want to let it go a little bit above break even before you stop out. But then you want to make sure that your reward is at least 2 for your 1 risk for every trade.
Got it.
And what was I going to say?
But are you deciding that 1 and then you are making that reward of 2 based on what you set your loss as 1?
Well,
Does
you
that make
have
sense?
to make sure that the risk to reward is there on every trade. So getting in here, basically at the POC, let me delete this and zoom in on this area, right? If I'm getting in here at the POC,
Then obviously you're going to shoot for the value area low here.
I was just about to
At
ask
least.
you, what would your target be? Value area low. So with that, this is, I'm risking 1 to make almost 4.
4, right.
So you could even lower this if you want to, risking less to make more. Or risking more to get that, the 1 to 2 risk to, or 2 to 1 risk to reward. But you want to plan this out before you enter the trade and make sure that the risk to reward is there. So like enter at the POC short, and then just slightly above the value area high would be your stop loss. Because if they're going to try to fake you out, they're going to take it above this.
Just above it, and then come back in.
Yeah, you want to give it a little bit of space, and then make sure that you're at least making 2 for every 1 that you're risking, which you are. Here if you're just taking it to the value area low, and then and then you have a trade that's worth taking. And if you do this with every single trade, even if you're only correct 50% of the time, you're still making money. And actually, you could be as bad as only 34% of the time, and you would still make money if you honor this every single time. So you stop out at your stop loss, and you could even say like, okay, I enter here, it comes down, comes back up. A lot of times you'll get like a retest of your entry. And that can be pretty freaky when you're in a trade, but you just have to stick through it. And let's say like you come all the way to here and then just get this major bounce, you're still stopping out here.
Right.
Is that going to be painful? Yeah. But in the long run, you'll be profitable.
But would you not, once it does move into that profit area, then move your stops to at least break even?
Well, so I was just about to talk about that. So like Trader Dale says, like once you go like 70% of your move, you can move your stop to at least break even or like slight profit. Because you really don't want a trade that goes 70%, in the money, or
and then be red on it.
Profit to take a red trade, a loss. So yeah, if you go 70% or even 50%, I would at least move your stop loss to break even. Or like a slight profit to cover your fees. But you really want to try to honor this every single time. And if you have trouble honoring this every single time, the best thing you can do is make 2 trade logs, 1 of your actual trades and 1 of what you would have made if you took your, like if you got stopped out every time Like every time it hit your stop loss, if you got stopped out, and every time if it hit your profit, you took your profits. And if you make a trade log that shows this, I guarantee you'll start trusting this.
Okay.
Because that trade log will crush your trade log where you're selling, your profitable runners early, and you're letting your stop loss ones run too far, or whatever.
Right. Right.
The one where you follow your plan is going to crush the one that you don't follow your plan on.
Okay.
So Rockets.
Yeah.
Are you placing that middle line at your entry point?
Yes, the middle line is your entry point.
Then when you, because I was trying to do this yesterday, and when I did the 2 to 1, it looked like it really had too far to go. So is that kind of indicating this is not a good trade?
Exactly.
Okay.
No, I mean, that's exactly what it is.
Okay.
So that's the whole point, is you want to plan these things out beforehand. You want to have a plan the night before of your trades, where your stop loss is going to be, where your profit taking is going to be. And if it seems way out of the realm, then you don't take the trade.
Okay. Now, when I moved,
I got a question, Rockets.
Wait, hang on. Henny was talking. Go ahead, Henny.
when I move the stop loss, do I just click and press it up in a live trade?
Yeah, so you're using Active Trader, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so you just click it and drag it.
Now, what about in talks?
No, that is in TOS, in Active Trader. You just click and drag.
Oh, no. I'm in trading view with the red and green boxes.
No, I know, but you're not trading through TradingView.
Right.
Just charting.
So I usually have that little arrow thing that tells you this is where your stop is. But I've tried to move it and I can't move it unless I go cancel and replace, blah, 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 blah.
This one here?
No, she's talking about TOS.
Right.
What you have to do is you have to hold it, click on it, hold it, and then it'll move up.
Okay, I'll try it.
Yeah, you have to click it, hold, and drag.
Hold.
Yes.
I don't think I was hold. Yeah. Okay.
And be careful, because if you go too much to the right, then it'll just disappear because you're just Xing it out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is this available on Webull? I think I know what you're talking about on TOS, where you have that little highlighted red or green, like if you're going to place a trade versus, and you can move it. But do you know if that's available on Webull?
It is.
Get off Weeble.
Well, I agree with getting off of Webull, but it does have. So this is like Active Trader on Trade-Ovate. I don't have my TOS open right now, and I don't feel like putting in my password while I'm live on YouTube. But so you just click. Like if I wanted to go long here, I would just click right here, and then I can also click that order and drag it up or drag it down or what have you. What was I gonna say? They have this on Webull desktop. I don't use Webull though, so I wouldn't know how to guide you.
Got it.
The one person that I know that's familiar is Cyber Techie. He's on right now. So the moderator, Cyber Techie.
Okay.
I'm sure if you reach out to him and ask him how to use, there you go. So he
Their
said it's
version of
price ladder. Is he listening?
the price ladder? Okay.
I think there's one or two other people that use Webull, but I'm gonna let you know it's like you cannot trade the last hour of the trading day with Webull. So that is a big.
I have a TOS. My main account is TOS, but I have the smaller account where I'm trying to learn options, so I kept it separate, and that's the only reason I have Webull. but then I have a smaller amount still in my TOS for that end of day push type of thing.
Okay, well, so I know if you reach out to Cyber, he'll help you with the price ladder.
With the price ladder.
Yeah.
Got it.
I can't help because I've never used it. And I know it's not like something that's easy to find within Weeble, I believe. I know Cyber, yeah, so he's saying right now, reach out, I got you. So just reach out to him, he'll help you out with it. I knew he would, but yeah, so you can look through or go through that and he'll help you out and show you how to use it. And that's the way to trade. I mean, if you're using Active Trader on TOS, you already know that.
Yeah, there's nothing like Active Trader.
I'm so glad you can't say it because it was so much work to get you there. And that's why you're choking right now is the karma for all the heartache you put through.
Oh my God, it was.
I still can't use it.
It was. I had to practice a lot on the demand. To get me used to it, and but I did. I practiced, and now it's second nature to me. I would not trade unless I had it. Yeah,
I always trade on my phone because I'm just so used to it and I don't get the right fills. So you're saying that you got accustomed to Active Trader and it's just second nature now?
Oh my God, it's so good. I mean, it is so fast. And you can do so much.
Actually, I started with Thinkorswim on mobile, and I was getting pretty good at it. So I've been getting more on the PC, and I'm getting a little better at it. So I definitely would consider experimenting, and you'll probably end up wanting to change like everybody.
I think
is there a video that you guys recommend for Active Trader?
I
have one.
Yes.
Oh, if I can get that from you, that'd be awesome. Awesome.
So I will say this about Angel, my buddy, my friend that tried to give me a heart attack. He literally was in TOS on the demo account for like a good solid month. Just practicing.
I still use it, bro. I still use it. I still practice on it.
Okay.
I would have to.
I'm saying you were on it for a good solid month. And
easy.
And then you got comfortable with it and started trading with it. So here's the video. I'm just posting it in the main chat. This is going over Active Trader. So,
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not there yet.
Practice, guys. I strongly suggest that you practice the demand feature as much as you can. It will get you used to the Active Trader, and it'll get you used to watching the stock, what it does. You can fast forward it a little bit. I mean, once you get in there, you'll see what I'm talking about. It's helped me out tremendously to not only for the Active Trader, but to trade itself.
Really? Okay.
On demand.
Yeah, on demand.
Nothing about it either.
It's
so
on
it
TOS.
takes time.
Well, it's right up there at the top right of TOS.
Oh yes.
There's a
beast mode
on demand, and you can trade on a fake account with $100,000 and get used to using Active Trader and all of that. Like, if you're not using Active Trader, that should be your first focus, is getting comfortable using Active Trader.
Okay.
Yeah, there's nothing like it, man. You will not get filled anywhere else faster than Active Trader. If you trying to get in and out of a trade, that's the way to go.
Just remember to put your fills in manually, because if you go by market, you might lose. I think one day I lost $50 to $80 in a split second because I didn't enter in my manual fill and I went by market. Yeah.
Well, yeah, you should be filling at like the mid price or the bid price. Never the ask. If you're doing that, you're chasing. The only time you should really be using any kind of market orders is to sell. If you're in a panic and you need to get out of a trade, that's really the only time you want to use market.
So is limit the same as bid?
I'm sorry?
Is a limit order the same as
a limit order is a bid order, yeah.
Mid.
Yeah.
My
well, so you look at, so like, let's say we're trying to buy a contract of Apple, and the bid price is 156 and the ask is 158. The mid is 157. So it's between the two.
But when I click limit, does it automatically put in that mid price?
Yes.
If you put your limit at the mid price, yes.
So you basically customize it to what you want that limit to be, bid, mid, or ask, right?
So this is what you'll see. These are all the prices. I mean, this is ES, so this, it's not like looking at an Apple contract where it's $130 something, but right now, the ask price is here at $38.82.25. It's a little bit different.
Yeah, it is.
Because like on futures are different. You either have the bid or market. There's nothing in between.
Got it.
Yeah, it's a lot different.
This is kind of the mid here, I guess you could say. This is where it's currently trading right now. So if I click here, I would be buying at this price. So if this was Apple, and let's say the ask is here and the bid is here, the mid is right here.
Okay.
So it's just between...
But you're also able... Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, you can also do this with options contracts, right?
Yes. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
because if you go to the other side, like if you're not using the active trader and you're just using the TOS, where it says trade, and you're clicking on that, you're buying what you're basically buying at the ask price.
All right, you guys are gonna make me do this. I'm gonna open up TOS here.
Yeah.
Oh, that's all right. You can do it later, tomorrow, next day.
No. There's way too many people with way too many questions. We're going to go over this. You should be using this. It's really important.
It really is, guys.
Sorry, my TOS is updating.
Remember, Rockets, when I said to you, I don't know how to use Active Trader, and you said, "Well, you have to learn it."
That's what he said to me, and boy,
well, I wasn't literally like saying figure it out on your own. I'm pretty sure like I gave you a video or something.
Oh, well, yeah, you had a class. You had a class.
Yeah,
he gave me a video. He spent time with me, and still I couldn't get it until I.
Oh God!
So he said,
you absolutely have to learn this. Okay.
Yeah.
So here we go. TOS. Oh, y'all are killing me. This is Active Trader. Okay, so if I'm looking at, so Apple, this is the one Shorty's in. So the bid is $119 and the ask is $124. So you can see here, the ask is right here. I have 40 people trying to sell at 124, and I have 41 people trying to buy at 119. So the mid is going to be, probably like 1.215, which you can't place a bid at 1.215. So you can either put a mid order at 122 or a mid order at 121. And all you would do is you just click on this green thing. And now you can see I have one limit order at 121. If I want, I can grab this and I can move it up higher. I can grab it and I can move it down lower. And then you just do
what are you doing when you're moving it?
I'm moving the price that I'm trying to buy it at.
Oh, okay.
Does it give you the active price? Oh, on the top, then it gives you the active, like what it is right now.
Well, so you
at
can
that
see
moment.
it here on the contracts.
Right. Okay.
And then you can also see it by just looking, there's 40 people trying to sell at 124. So this is the market or the ask. And there's 41 people trying to buy at 119. So this is going to be the bid.
Hey, I want to give you something to do real quick, catching rockets. Go to the gear icon in your active trader there.
So 1 second, I'll do that right after this. I just want to say, like, once you place an order, like I can't place a sell order right now because I don't have any contracts. I didn't hold anything over the weekend. So like if I try to click sell, it's gonna give me the
Right. It's not going to do anything.
Not able to. I don't own a contract. But if you just imagine that this is the sell side, so I could click here like, well, obviously not above where the ask is, but you can see as I go lower, it says sell one stop, buy one limit, buy one stop. So if I were to click here, this is going to be my stop loss. So if the price comes down to 117, it would automatically sell there. But not only can I put my stop loss there, as price goes up, I can do the same thing and click it up and move it up on the sell side as well. So that's why
that's amazing.
active trader is so good.
How do you initially set your stop loss?
We just covered that, right? Here.
That's what I was telling you earlier, that you can actually move up by just clicking and moving up your mouse. You can move up.
Okay.
So
Got it.
If
The
we
actual
pretend,
icon will be on there.
If we pretend that this is Apple, because I don't feel like going over to Apple. Well, actually, let me just do it.
I got it.
No, because I'm going to show you exactly how to do this. Because I bet you don't have what I'm going to show you.
Okay.
I mean, I don't mean that in a disrespectful way at all.
No, it's fine. I've been struggling.
But
I didn't even go ahead.
If this is my entry here, and I'm going short, my stop loss is going to be here, 151.31. So when I go over to TOS here, if we look at Apple, so 151.31, if I put like, I can only do this again on the buying side.
Okay. Oh, STP. Okay.
But you'll see, I can't really show it.
There it is.
Yeah, because I have to go the opposite direction. Oh, sorry. It won't. I have to do a limit down here. What am I doing? I'm smoking whatever Ryan had earlier. But so anyway, Rayan. You can move this until, see my stop loss, or no, it's way up here. I'm not going to be able to get it exact, but if my stop loss was going to be, 151.30, I just move this. I move this until this line is at 151.30.
Okay.
Oh, you move it here in the box, in the active trader box, and then it will shift automatically on your screen here.
Yes.
Got it.
So
okay, can I ask? Go ahead.
So let me verify this. Where it says bid size, and I've already Option Addict helped me. It says buy 2 at limit. Now there's a 2 in the bid size. Does that mean there's only 2?
That's how many contracts you're buying. So like here, you can adjust.
But the number of the bid size.
41.
Yes. Okay, I'm looking at mine and it says 2. But yes, yours is 41. So is that how many contracts there are out there to buy?
No, this is how many people are trying to buy. This is the green side is the buying side. So there's 41 people trying to buy at $1.19. There's 40 people trying to sell at 124, and there's 24 people trying to sell at 129.
Right now.
Yes. And something that we have to cover as well is how to get this on your screen. you'll go to your
I have Active Trader up. I'm looking at. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, not everybody though.
Oh.
So you go to this little grid icon, you click it, and you'll click on Customize Grid. And then if you don't have it turned on, you'll turn on Sidebar. And this AT is Active Trader. So like most people would have chart. I just unclick the chart and click Active Trader, and then uncheck Sidebar, and then close this. Okay, so the gear icon, somebody wanted me to look at something on the gear icon?
Yeah, for your Active Trader, oh yeah, you got it right there. Let's see here. Go down, scroll down to the left. Available items. Should be profit loss, I think.
You talking about the P&L? Yeah.
Yeah. Or maybe it's on.
Yeah, where you can put the P&L.
No. All right. The gear icon that's to the right of your sell order down there. Not that one. Yeah, this small one to the right. That one. Yeah. Bring that one up. Hit customize. All right. Now go to PL Open. Click that. Add that. And hit OK.
Yeah, I've had that before and it never worked, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Well, it's been working for me because what it does, it's going to tell you your profit and loss as it goes up and down of wherever you're at. So.
Oh yeah, that's helpful.
Yeah, because you know exactly how much money you're making and how much money you're not making instantly to the right of where you're going to want to buy and sell.
Well, now I need to get rid of something else because that.
You mean how much you're losing?
Of course, remember you can always, widen your grids manually, but I know you got a lot of other screens, so it's kind of you're very compacted in your Active Trader. I would bring volume. I'd move volume to the left a little bit. Shrink down the middles maybe, and then that profit loss open to the right will be a little bit bigger.
What am I doing? What did I remove?
Oh my God! Now you went too big.
No, I removed something that I want. The middle row. I might have to go and look at what I removed.
Yeah, the profit and loss is good because you can
hit restore.
Yeah, you could actually see when as it's going green and it's going up, you can see how much money you're making. And if it's going down, you can start to see how much money you're losing. But by that time, you have your stop loss. Also, Rockets, show them the template.
Is this what I removed?
The template is really important.
Oh yeah, I can show the template, but I need to figure out what I removed.
I don't think you removed anything.
I did.
The
line
volume?
in the middle.
Oh, yeah, where the price is at.
I think it's
orders. Yeah, just add in orders.
Oh,
no.
But now it's on the run. Oh, this is all it is. It's there.
Ah, there you go. Yeah.
I added it back in, but then it was all wacky. Oh my God.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Yeah, you can adjust your.
It's all wacky.
Size.
How do you even bring up that particular contract? How hard or easy is that to hurry up and bring up?
Oh, it's very easy.
Yeah.
So, actually, that's a really good point. So see this yellow 2 here? If I turn this off, it looks like a chain link.
Right.
You click that, pick a color, and then on your Active Trader, you pick the same color. And then when you go to, like whatever contract you're looking at, right click, add to watch list. I'm sure you do this anyway. But now when I click here, it automatically changes to that one. If I click here, it'll change back to Apple. So you can switch back and forth very quickly between different contracts.
Got it. Is that how you guys do SPX as well? Because you guys are, you have to be very quick with that.
Yep.
you have the known contracts that you're constantly looking at throughout the day, or do you just have multiple contracts in that watch list?
I mean, there's a lot of ways to look at it.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot of ways to look at it. Basically, before the market opens, I kind of try to figure out where SPX is going to be trading, and I add, a range to my watch list. And then there's another way to do it. I think it's in the shirt.
Yeah, because it's kind of hard because sometimes you can load up 5 or 10 of them, and then the market will shoot down 20 points, and everything you loaded, you have to reload because they just went to $600 or $1,000 in that drop. So you have to reload your whatever contracts you're willing to spend.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Like you're never going to have everything in your watch list that you need.
Yeah.
If there is a big, sell off or a bunch of buying that happens, you'll have to add new contracts to your watch list. A lot of times I'll just do this. Like if it moves up, like let's say it moves up to, what is this? Oh, this is SPY. Let's just say SPY hopped up to 400 and I wanted to add calls to my chart. Then I just go 405 and hit enter, and there I have 405 calls. I mean, it's not a big deal. You can always yeah, you just change the price. Yeah, 401. I mean, whatever. Like, you just, if you're changing like a call to a put, you would have to put a capital P, and then whatever it is, 386.
Read the contract as the code. I mean, it's your ticker, and then it's date, and then it's price.
Yeah, well, call, put, and then price.
Yeah.
So capital C for call, capital P for put, and then your price. So you can literally just type. I mean, you don't even need a ticker. You can type period SPY 2209 19, and then put call 378 whatever. Like you can oh, I messed something up, but you can literally just type it in. You don't
but it's not as easy. I mean, that'd be like crazy advanced. Honestly, I just go to the trade.
Go back. Yeah, me too.
And I just watch them because you can sit there and see like all of them as they're going and moving instantly. The numbers. It's
of course.
kind of interesting.
But I'm just saying, if you're trying to get into something quickly and you have SPY puts already on your chart, I mean on your watch list, but you want to go a little bit lower, like you want to go to 384, you just delete one number and press enter, and you're ready to go.
Right.
Versus changing tabs, finding it, because every time you change the tab, you start up here and you got to scroll down and then find it and then click, add it and all that. Whereas this is just changing one number, which I do pretty frequently.
I'll have to remember that trick because once I do like start looking at it from the trade menu, I will like you said, I'll go back and I'll scroll, and then sometimes I'll limit like how many. I'll have just 14 up there, and it's like, okay, well that number's not there, and I got to click all, scroll to find what I'm looking for. So now I'll remember that little erase a few numbers and go straight to the next contract. Also, for your active trader, that auto send button that he's got checked, you want that checked.
Yeah, that's a good point. So that's another thing. If you look at, I mean, you guys can go back and watch this video on YouTube, or you can screenshot this if you want. But you click this gear icon, you'll want to probably make yours the same as mine. And basically, you can buy market. I wouldn't recommend doing that. You can sell market. Again, that's a panic mode button. Like if you're in calls and it just starts tanking, you can click sell market. You can cancel your orders. So then this is what whatchamacallit, Angel was saying to show you guys where it says template here, single. I can click down and you'll see there's a lot of options. But
Yeah,
you can
that's
go to
awesome.
trigger with brackets. So this is saying I'm going to take $1 profit or I'm going to take a $1 stop loss. Of course, you can change these. Like we always want to have
Change it to
one
percentages.
risk to one reward. So lose 50 cents, make $1. You can change this to percent. So where it says plus minus, if you click this, you can change it to a percentage if you want. Just there's a lot of things you can do here. And then here you can, save it. So if you click this and save it, you can type in the name for it, like $1 profit, whatever. And then once you have this set up, if I come in here to, where am I on SPY here? If I click my buy here, here's my limit order. My stop loss is already at minus $50. And my take profit is already way up here at $1.
That's really helpful, man.
And then you can always move these, like as, like say, you go into that 70 or 50% profit and you want to move this up to break even.
Yes.
You can move this all the way up until you're break even. I really messed up my active trader. I need to fix this right after this. But
sorry.
No, you're okay.
You could do that, or you could always go ahead, Rockets.
I've moved it up past my limit price order, and so now I'm above break even. So if it comes back down, I would stop out here, and I still have my my take profit here at $1.
I know where you messed up. Yeah, it's in the middle orders. It's supposed to be price.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, because mine's set up like yours.
Anything.
I just looked at it. I just looked at mine. Mine's like yours. Yeah, and then they just put that back in the middle there.
Praise Jesus. I was like, I can't even see the prices. What the hell is going on?
Well, that was one of my issues. I never saw the price because I didn't have it big enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to have that.
Yeah, you need to have it big enough. And then, like we were talking about, you can go to on demand and you can literally play with this buying and selling and getting comfortable, moving your stop losses up and down, your profit targets up and down, whatever. So you can play around with this on demand and get comfortable.
Strongly suggest that you do that and get very comfortable, because that can be, active trader. If you're not used to it, it can get, it can be a little difficult at the beginning.
Yeah.
Well, it's got a lot. It's just got tons of features. I mean, you can there's one where you can like do a bracket and it will you can move it, and it's just I'm just trying to learn it basically, but it's got so many features. It's crazy.
So maybe trade those longer term, like the swing trades on it to learn, and then get better at it, and then use it for like SPX.
I just went to on demand. I thought you had to go to paper trading to do this.
No, on demand is paper trading.
Paper trading's fake money. They give you like fake account. Yeah. Now that'd be good.
$100,000.
Yeah. Now that would be good to practice, like say during like a day of trading and not actually trade and just play with an active trader. And that way you can practice and actual simulating real trades, but not actually spending money.
Yeah,
I do that when I'm not in the market. When the market's not open, I spend hours and hours practicing the indicators of full sends and whatever, and the orbs and all of that, and how the ticker that I'm in behaves, you know, so I can get used to it. And it really, really works.
Yeah. The only one thing I will say about using a paper account is I would only recommend it for learning how to use the software. Um, Beyond that, it's kind of useless, like, because when you trade on paper, you take out the hardest part of trading, which is the mental aspect. And tons of people are amazing traders on paper, and the second they switch over to a cash account, they blow their port, and it's because that mental aspect is really really hard to get over. So
yeah, the mental aspect, no doubt.
So
I think that comes with time and with taking, you know, planning your trades and taking small trades. And I don't know, for me, I started, you know, taking small trade. I still do. And as I make $30, $40, $50, you start getting confidence and building confidence by getting consistently green days. And then you can increase your amount, you know, later on.
don't get too confident, because that's when you get clapped. So
Fact.
you don't, you know, like, you shouldn't experience emotions when you trade. You shouldn't experience confidence. You shouldn't experience fear. You shouldn't experience happiness. None of that. I mean, it's okay, like, after you're done for the day, like, if you have a really good day and you do, you know, you do well, at that point it's okay to celebrate, like, yeah, I kicked ass today, good job, pat yourself on the back. But then go and journal your trades and look back, like, what did I do right? And focus on what you did right, because you want to keep doing those things. Focus on what you did wrong, because you don't want to do those things anymore. And also, if you're struggling with following your plan, and if you're struggling with that mental aspect of trading, I'm telling you, the best way to overcome it, I mean, like, of course there's books like Trading in the Zone, that's amazing, can't take away from that, but I'm saying, assuming you've read that book already and you're still struggling mentally, the best thing you can do is make 2 logs, one that shows what your actual P&L is based on the trades that you've made, and what your P&L would have been if you followed your plan to a T. Because I guarantee you, after like a week or 2 of logging what your P&L would have been if you followed your plan to a T, you'll start following your plan to a T.
Hey, I want to see one last thing with you on your active trader, and then I'm gonna have to go. Go to your very top right setup gear icon at the very top right of the actual program.
Okay, wait a minute.
Setup right there. Yeah. Now go to. Hold on. Go to application settings and click on active trader.
Oh, I just showed everybody my account number. It's awesome.
Oh shit.
Uh-huh.
Oops. I was actually on my active trader.
Good night, everyone.
Later, Angel.
But I have AT order submission rate at 500 milliseconds, and then auto center, active trader, price ladder I got it set up for 3 seconds, so that way what it does is it'll center your active trader into the middle of whatever the price is every 3 seconds.
You have it on what numbers?
500 milliseconds and then 3 seconds.
Okay.
That's actually what when I had a phone little call from actually Ameritrade, he went over some of it with me. So
okay,
like, well, if this guy is telling me how to set it up, I'm going to.
So I've actually done something different.
What do you have yours as?
30 seconds. Because I've had before where I went to click a limit order and it moved, and instead placed, I mean, I put like a stop order, sorry. And as I'm clicking my mouse button, the active trader moved, and I ended up
Right.
selling at market instead of placing a stop loss. So, yeah, I don't want my
3 seconds, Bobby. Yeah, I'm actually. You know what? I'll probably put mine at 5 seconds.
I don't want my active trader moving by itself. I can do that with my mouse wheel. I mean, that's just me personally.
Yeah.
Like I said, like one time I was in the money and I'm trying to put a stop like here, and right as I was doing it, it moved like literally as I was clicking, and centered this to where I sold it at market.
Yeah.
And I was not happy.
Yeah.
So, Rockets, do you use this at all, or
use what?
What's the application, Active Trader, and then the milliseconds and seconds?
No, so like I said, mine is 530 seconds because I don't want my active trader moving on its own. I can move it with my mouse wheel.
Okay.
I mean, you can also click the scroll bar here and move it. Because when you're trying to click something and it moves, you can accidentally sell or buy when you weren't trying to. Like I'm telling, it's not. It won't happen often, but the one time it does happen, you're going to be pulling your hair out. Where I literally, I'm telling you, I was placing a stop order, and the stupid thing moved as I was clicking the mouse button.
Oh my gosh!
And I placed a market order instead and sold my contract. That was still running. Like I would have made a lot more money had that not happened.
Okay.
So yeah, no, I don't want my active trader moving by itself at all.
I think that was the other reason I was having so much trouble with it. These numbers were just constantly moving.
Well, they move fast.
Oh my god!
Depends on the volatility of the of whatever stock you're looking at.
But you
I think a lot of the shorter seconds is kind of like if you just want to hover your mouse and stay in the middle, kind of like you're just itching to get in there and hit that button, wherever it's at. But there's other ways of even doing that. You can sit there and hover over the sell market or whatever button. You don't have to sit there and, like you said, it probably is better to have a little bit longer time frame. So don't move on you, but you can still get caught up no matter how many seconds you have it set as. You just got to always be careful,
Yeah, I would I would rather risk it moving every 30 seconds versus every 3 seconds.
Yeah,
I'm less likely to get caught clicking a button, every 3 seconds than I am every 30 seconds than I am every 3 seconds.
Yeah.
And another thing the dude went over on me is I can't remember exactly. I think it has to do with those brackets. You can set it up to okay, I buy here, my stop loss is 20%. I want my profit at 100%, and you can walk away and just let it run, and it will either stop out or sell out wherever you want. You can move on to something else. It's pretty wild.
Well, you can even if you're buying multiple contracts, you can do triggers with 2 brackets. So you take profit on one and take profit on the other. There's so much you can do within these orders, and it's not too complicated. And so what he's talking about is if you just change this to percent, and you make this 100%, and then your stop loss whatever -20, and there you go. And then you could save this as 100% -20 or whatever. And then every time you click buy, you're going to have your stop automatically at 100%, or sorry, at -20, and your take profit automatically at 100%.
Mine kept getting rejected.
What do you mean? Right now?
No. When you first did the video on the OCO brackets, and I kept trying to use it, and I had the hardest time, and I never was able to get it to work right. And I
you might have been missing the fill if it was moving fast too.
It said rejected. And remember, Rockets, that one time I thought it was because I had put a negative sign. But anyway.
Oh, I bet I know what happened. because it's happened to me. Pay attention to your quantity, because I think I was trying to sell, and for some reason I had a quantity of 2 trying to sell, which it rejected it because I didn't have 2 contracts. I only had 1. So I think that I know I had problems with that. So I feel you there, because I've had and that I think that might have been your issue there. Just be careful to your quantity too and your positions, because as you see where his cursor is, if you go up a little bit to that blue bar where you can link it up, it says net position and it says 0 right now.
Yeah.
So he doesn't have an actual contract active in Active Trader. But when you have 1, it will say 1, or if you have 2, it'll say 2. So you always got to be also aware of like how many you got and where they're at.
I don't even see that net position.
He's moving his mouse over it right now.
I
If you're
see.
watching.
Do I have to add it from that gear?
It will once you buy a contract, it will automatically tell you,
Okay.
that it's there,
Okay.
As long as you're looking at your contract, it will be there, it'll tell you. He doesn't have a contract, so it says 0 right now.
Yep.
Okay. Well, no, I just don't even have net position.
You might
I don't
have
have.
to.
You might have to go
but
to
I don't have that bid ask. I don't have that top blue line.
No?
No.
But you got an Active Trader gadget open?
Yes.
You're probably doing it in charts and not flexible grid.
You're probably correct.
Well, yeah, I'm under charts, but yeah, you got to make sure you're clicked on flexible grid under there, not just
Okay.
This one here.
Because that flexible grid's kind of like your customized grid, while other ones I think are kind of like pre-laid out. If I'm not wrong, but anyways, guys, I gotta go. Love you. I appreciate everything.
Okay, love you guys. Thank you so much for all y'all's
Sorry,
time.
catching up. Can I check? Yours is
We'll see
do
you
you turn
later.
on the level 2?
I'm sorry, on level 2?
I don't know, because I actually saw the video. It mentions you all have level 2, level 3. Level 3 whereby we can actually see more size, more detail.
Oh, we don't have level 3. We have level 2.
Oh, so we are actually turning on level 2, right?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, my level 2 is here, but you can't see it right now because the market's closed. Or maybe if I use, let me see. Yeah, no, there's nothing. It would normally be here. Trying to remember how to turn this on.
You're trying to get the sidebar.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's a sidebar beside.
You go up where it says Earth Magic on the right of that. You see the grid. The custom grid.
No, not
There
the
you
sidebar. The level 2 data.
Oh, if you check the sidebar, then it should show the level 2 on the sidebar.
Oh, okay. Oh, there it is.
There, L2 at the bottom, or time and sales, whichever one.
Yeah, time and sales or L2. Yeah. So, yeah.
So we need the time and sales as well.
I just use time and sales.
Oh, time and sales. Oh, I see. Okay. So it's okay. Time and sales. I see. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, you can add that to any chart. All right.
Thank you.
No problem. Damn, y'all have some stamina.
You the one.
No, it's just so many questions. I'm like, damn, I can't leave you all hanging with all these questions. Anything else, guys?
Not for me, not tonight.
All right. Well, much
Thank
love,
you so
everybody.
much.
No problem. Have a good night.
Night,
Good night.
everybody.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.